partner to Barrow and NPP. BBB ni Barrow di UDP ko be coalition kala Halifa Sallah be back out lale PPP be back out lale. But because UDP DJ, now they will do a coalition with Adama Barrow and NPP. So at the end of the day, Halifa Sallah ni OJ Jallow doing PPP Usenu Dabola mu itanoti Ajem Sekala mu itanoti UDP Patiola mu itanoti. But because of UDP have a lot at stake at that time. The life of our entire executive was at stake at that time. The lifespan of our party was at stake at that time. UDP so the condition jamala mi alon ko fana mem febo pour coalition so do ya jameta. But Halifa Sallah fa lotal dum fa ko na to ko atelem flag be no ako 2 years even 3 years men fa afon watena ta kabe jira 2 years ola. But the time of Halifa Sallah malon ko constitution ko 5 years le fo numba. Fa malon ko constitution is the supreme law of the country. Fa malon ko no time of agreement cannot supersede the constitution. But Bilala way sort of far polita and I mean for a back out according ako memorandum of understanding is just a gentleman agreement. Isa hono no tanata tarela, isa hono baliano tanata tarela. Ali how dangerous is this guy? You know more than Melanco, it's either his way or no one way. And he don't care the consequences of it. Halifa Sallah Felebi, he's dining and whining with Barrow suitably. Halifa Sallah Felebi suitably have a secret meeting or keka, men wanyat and college, Jamal Benjamin wanyat. Halifa Sallah and OJ Jallow visit State House regularly. Ikata after midnight. Sometimes they can do taxol local, sometimes they can do motor local plumo kayaye. Why can hide? As citizens of the Gambia, they have every right to visit the president at State House. They have every right to visit the State House, especially political nyatun kolomiri. But why can Mir Mabo? Why came Mabo? Why came Mabo? Let's take an example here. Like the Banjul Mafia groups. The Banjul Cartel Sol. Benyo Japle Adama Barrow. Right now attacking. Counter-attacking. Bur Banjul. And then this is the same people who are the mafia group. Itel mama nyole chose anta Banjul. Ibubu nyole chose anta Banjul. Itel nyanta malula mena wolamu. They live in a capital city. Melanco is the most dirtiest capital city in the entire world. The most underdeveloped capital city in the entire world. Instead of blaming themselves and feeling ashamed of it, itel koka proud. Kafoko may kumba Banjul aksamba Banjul. But itel interested men to be wolamu. Na posi first right. Then them sampashang etasi in Fajara, Burusibi and Combo. Why didn't nekadi wane may kumba Banjul aksamba Banjul just by a mouth. But by nature, ku am halisa Fajara ngay dem sampa etas. Burusibi ngay jampa etas. Ko tasel si bere munela Banjul la deka. Why ñu ngey nañ Banjul bu yaga sa. Why be legi ñu ñoy kumba Banjul samba Banjul. Now they have Rohey Malick Lowe as the only and the first female mayor. Meng natake bur Banjul de abe Banjul de tepodo gang. Iko because he ta jela. Iko because he malefikaje. Iko because water lege. At the end of the day, remember be ko matata na wolem. Rohey Malick Lowe parti UDP la taxawal. Parti UDP ñoko campagnal and then Banjulians vote her into office just because UDP la mati. Wallahi Rohey Malick Lowe sine kon independent. Wallahi Rohey Malick Lowe sine kon APRC candidate. Wallahi Rohey Malick Lowe sine kon NRP. The scenario would have been different. But because UDP la mati. Hey, ni afo jambi ko danga saga Banjulians, danga attack Banjulians. Banjulians lan lañ mëna titaro tay as far as the capital city is concerned. Lan lañ mëna wasem bopane may Banjulian. Banjul the most dirtiest capital in the whole entire world. Why doomi Banjul ko mëna wax? Motax bu ko waxe attack nañ ko wax nañ ko lu nekk. Ñun de ci fekk ñoko waxon B52 and B72 will be flying from the sky. Somebody in Gambian Kolu. Topic number 1, why in Kalioko, Halifa Sallah is a distraction and a noise maker. Halifa Sallah is a total distraction and a noise maker. And they will continue to make the loudest noise. Let's not allow ourselves to be distracted. And this is their new way of politicking for Danimbe Fitara 2021. Because Halifa Sallah is planning anin doy pulike Barola coalition partner in 2021. Halifa Saleh is having a secret meeting behind the scene on a daily basis. Halifa Saleh is whining and dining with Barrow Nalamol, and Halifa Saleh is the one who is telling Barrow to abuse the executive powers, who is educating and making Barrow to believe that he has the executive power and he could use it anyhow. So Halifa Saleh calling Ajiyam Seka, calling Lawyer Dabo, calling other political leaders for a debate at a time also. Ntala particular leadership and in other particular leadership will not debate with Halifa Saleh. We the Bojo ones will be debating with him. Until now be debate killer. Until be the social media na debate killer. Now I'm invite Gambian na be debate killer. We can ask our foot soldiers on the ground to go and debate with him, but not our leadership. Our leadership is too busy for that. Aji Yam Seka, Lawyer Useru Dabo, Aji Yabunda Yabo, Laminda Mundibanyol, Alaji SW, they are too busy for that. They are too busy to debate with Halifa Saleh. They are too busy to be back and forwarding with Halifa Saleh. Yes, Mamadou Gomez, we gave you Barrow. Yes, we gave you Barrow. We gave you Barrow because we trust him. We gave you Barrow, we have confidence in him. We gave you Barrow because we believe that there will be no one who will be worse like Jammeh. So blame Barrow for being a betrayer. Blame Barrow for being a Jamfantungo. Blame Barrow for being clueless. And more importantly, blame Barrow for being a wicked individual by betraying the coalition in 2016, by betraying the Gambians, and by betraying the struggle. Why kuido rengeng ham, kutoñ hamulengo. So the likes of you, Mamadou Seka, will die of heart attack, will die of high blood pressure, but UDP is here to stay. Danga fogne Ajiyam Seka su hamone Barrow ni le mel dina ko tana. Danga fogne UDP su hamone Barrow will be like this den ko tana. Danga fogne Gambian system bopa ñu vote lon Barrow su hamone Barrow ni le mel dina ko votal. Common sense. Open your brains. Mamadou Gomez. Nin Gambianol mem fonga ye katto fay Barrow, man katto fay Barrow because of UDP nga yaka. Ye katto fay Barrow because we want Yaya Jammeh to go. Yama ni ala kono Barrow be kaltene katobe faylale. Yama Ajiyam Seka nasi bore Barrow la ñina ba ciuslale. Yama UDP ngol ni ala ko Barrow be tununte ba ciuslale. UDP ngol men wartema ye woleke. Ye foro ya tambe tandi Barrow la. Ye Barrow choose as an executive member within the party. Ya tambe ye katto fay. Gambenol men wartema ye woleke ye Barrow choose ye ko mala fi dictator sila. Al Barrow blame for being a betrayer. Al Barrow blame for being a traitor. Al Barrow blame for being a wicked soul. Nadu ko ite Mohamed Gomez domi Gamben nga julit nga danga am deret buy daw ci sa yaram. You have to blame Barrow for being a betrayer. You have to blame Barrow for only interested in the title of the presidency, but he's not ready to take the responsibility to be the president of the republic. If that is the case, who should we blame for giving us Yaya Jammeh? Then let's blame PPP for giving us Yaya Jammeh. Let's blame the administration of former President Jawara for giving us Yaya Jammeh. Yo Mamadou Gomez tey su ma la yaakaare am gom-gom si yow gom ne Gamben nga jëlit nga ma yaakaara dénk la suma xaalis nga lekk suma xaalis. Should they blame me for giving you my money? Should they blame me for entrusting my money to you? You should be blamed for being a betrayer. You should be blamed for being a thief. But at the end of the day, people like Mamadou Gomez will always find a way to blame UDP. They will always go around the circle to find this little space that they will come to point a finger at UDP. So képp ko xam ne doomi Gamben nga doomi julit nga góor nga, you should blame Barrow for being a wicked soul. You should blame Barrow for betraying the trust that has been bestowed on him. You should blame Barrow for being a betrayer. Me alonko ay coalition 2016 jamfa ay Gambenol jamfa and UDP jamfa. Mbadi Gambian kol NPP ngol wala man campagne rango soro sign NPP wala man programme soro e man policy soro e man manifeste soro NPP wala man fensore be man market la to the population to the electorate. Now all they could do wala capitalize Halifa Sallah la ko wala ka iko kata wala kacha ile media nolto na fale ko NPP to launch la mun kamera kuma kensolte ka party o launch ka tanta ko anim party o launch ka lo is two different thing. NPP to launch la NPP to lola no because the foundational tije and they didn't lay the foundation stone. Mbadi Gambian Kolu Baro media empowerment NPP media empowerment Ali challenge ala fo ko ni tata sila so-called platform men ko they cannot pull more than 50 viewers e yanta Gambian nyinin kala mena wala yanta Gambian jabila menna Gambian le question jamala so Baro media empowerment nyanta men jabila Baro Gambian le question jamala so NPP nyanta men jabila Gambian le question jamala soto nyima kinte nyanta men jabila Lamin Demba nyanta men jabila Fa Abu Sane nyanta men jabila Maimuna Sise Dabo nyanta men jabila Baro media empowerment NPP la media empowerment nko lafta la leta si la platform okam ala fo Gambian le ko o kodo men spenta 5.8 billion dollars men spenta from January to April of 2020 ala fo Gambian le adunta nyaadi la data minto Gambian lafta lo moyla na lafta Gambian convince la yenal kam Baro media empowerment NPP la media empowerment Gambians want to know the promise that Baro gave ko he will build 60 more every year 60 boreholes every year 42 women's gardens every year Gambian left alone na sate jumale ya soto follow because asikano membe kombo e malo sate jumale ya soto alafu mole jaman ta woro balo yelo sate jumale do borehole ta woro ye si sate jumale do wo musi garden tan nanim flol ye ke sate jumale do alwo fo Gambian le Baro media empowerment NPP media empowerment nko Baro media empowerment fabu sana bonyol Baro le jalol tell Gambians wo kodol mi yalon ko ali landi reshuffle men bodena reshuffle to $500 million akale men samana pour COVID-19 adunda min dole Gambianol maje ala foye lefta wala jela Baro media empowerment can you tell Gambians come on and campaign about that tell us I fixed $12 million so min diala adunda min dole na lefta Baro mako la lente Baro mako la wala nyama na lefta programme wala wafla pour Baro mole karto fay wala mole na on board al wol fo mole Baro media empowerment, we want to know about the $500 million is from the World Bank, the $500 million is from the European Union, the $500 million is from our reserve, the $12 million is from Africell. We want to know about the $21.3 million World Bank will the Gambia recently. Tell us what money dunda mintol. Baro media empowerment, talk to Gambians about the colonial men from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, United Arab Emirates. Baro media empowerment, Gambians want to know about container men kana porol to. Ibuka yele do ayo buka jo kunto business partner juma letam ala foye. Baro media empowerment, Gambians want to know about the investigation men launta about the illegal importation of those guns men natana banko kanu. A investigation la banta mintole. Baro media empowerment, Gambians want to know about whether the reports from the Jarju Commission has been implemented. The situation right now, what is the latest about that report that has been tabled on to the president? But media empowerment, governments want to know about the investigation that was into the Faraba incident. Faraba incident. Baro media empowerments, governments want to know about the philanthropists, the so-called philanthropists, the business partners of President Baro, the President Baro behind the scene. Tell them, who are those people? We want to know them. But Baro is confis.com/NPP. Ena Baro Soto, confis.com/Halifa Sallah/Hamadba/OJ Jalo. Fale amra Gambians are that dumped. Baro media empowerment, the so-called Nima Kinte, the cry baby. Ali amra politics about Nendia. Atali amra politics about Kumaba 4. Atali amra politics about being a thick skin. So I tell you, because you are in the United Kingdom or you are in the diaspora, those in the Gambia are stupid. Will came mire inuolela. Aliama ninkumo fota abukala mwaka domole. Keep on ranting, keep on lying, keep on making false allegations on people. Baro media empowerment. Ntamala falkala homo go kanya malabam. Baro la panelists on those so-called platforms. Ntamala falnata tela al kemira ban twice. A National Assembly member for Talinding Kunjang, one of the most famous women in 2016, wait as a platform worker, 1 hour, 9 people watching her. Woman national platform kam kotenke way. No mum foro da entaka resign. Farmara Jawara. Darjo me Farmara Jawara la num. Kate keso me nida Farmara Jawara UDP toka. Wait as a platform worker. 1 hour plus 9 people will ka jibe. Come on, man. Ala homo go kuwai. Bal mo jawo. Aka jawo ya le fani jawo ya fa. Aba kala mutal da wakata ya dunda la kaburo kono. Hasido. Wakaka hasido da malti. Baro media empowerment. Can you tell us about the police brutality against innocent civilians? Right now, you coffee member Kerry. Ikata UDP le base on the target. UDP le stronghold. GDC le stronghold. Sandu kono. CRL kono. Ikata wole target. Ikabula code dal kono. Ika funding call arrest illegally. Mulakata la sula kono ikate ke arrest. Ika foko ye coffee le violence. Mulakata la sula kono ikate ke arrest. Iko Facebook so le mantere bala. Mulakata la sula kono ke arrest. Iko because they refuse to go indoors. Pulikate la amol lawato mansi. Mbadi Gambia nkolu. Fade da FH. The so-called thick skin. Mbakale fika time we saka. But sometimes for nothing the Gambian wal jumale nyima kinteti. Bal men be UDP TV&MEDIA ateli alon jumala mu nyima kinteti. Allahu akbar. O men ko atamu UDP le dunu. Ake kam ibambu yelo la komanu. Aka famu nu yelo la nu. Aben kono abe double standard game of play kan kono nu. The moment we point a finger at her, she will come and make a Facebook live and cry like a crying baby. Ikan accuse kon debe UDP le. Ikon debe UDP le. O famman di moto fam kan alfa la dundi je. Sa na mantara astafura baro yud movement. Sa na mantara baro yud movement abe min tole. I was on a phone conversation with Nima Kinte. In that phone conversation, first I would drama begin. For the mother dance will be new. Jara Sane bo phone conversation no kono. Mina Canada Nima Kinte dama. The first day so bita Nima Kinte la double standard game player. The first day so bita ko nyimung siniglet within us. Femme bonda da kono kafa fa ha. Ayon telephone nyanta cross lo kala mfam la kuola le. Ha until ben fam fakan dabo mena kuola jam. Dabo dingol are nowhere to be seen. Even na soul fam ibukasia. Mboro do kote nge nimmina programme soro la. Nyina topic ko soro memba mboro feso febo. Ninyi manyanta so nyi moderate la. Ay disappear. No lunta ngo soro. Ndingo man sasa. Na yen kuma de sare bari ndingo man kende abi wala sabu manano. Mbari ndingo my foot. Mboro ko de nyina interview al so nyanda men interview la behind the scene ke call pour kana na platform moldo wa time wala alkaje UDP TV&MEDIA nka publish ko be so la for an interview amani kana bay nkana albukana amani je nka fale ko due to some circumstances wa time mbokalo ko nyima kintele ko manya kenu fo sexy dia jato sexy dia ba yalo do o kadiya mo fo na dale o mama bono na ta fo moli bil sexy ya bayo na ko ko atel ko nana interview la platform même fo nyanda na interview la fo ende call pour kana na platform mbesiri na platform for the jawla nata I message okay that day I was even doing live show but nibe live show la ten ni message okay message group auto aka finti na nkajele then I can click on it and read it while I'm still doing the show ne message on read for the ko molbe nyi group ko no jam membe group nyi sabotay ka amani ya fambondi nonte mba mani tofala mo bebe jakali mo bebe sobri fay mo be malo jumalam jendi for the ko let this person move out before mbe amani tofala mo bebe jakali na for the call behind the scene afonye jumalam but for the waiting for the person to remove herself for the more patience for the comfort a group on nyumbula ndel be jakal ko ale mo danje menke mobe be sobere nyola mala jumale bela ko ta ko nyimalem muno kita amoy dro bam ay nyo saba sa Facebook live ke e konte be baro youth movement e konte be baro youth movement mbo fola ko tenge nyima kintel lo tambe diamola on a full conversation ako ha modol fanga beje ka fa ko philanthropy le mati akabe UDP ma ko lale ka UDP la political bureau bejo akabe ko do dilale ka UDP la regional chairman jo kana ward chairman jo ha bala ko mo fi dabo balanda ako ha dabo lam pro ngodi bal abe london ngai nyima kinde o time o dabo e memfo very clear and straightforward dabo ko who is behind this money, who is giving this money? Dabo ko al salon ko dalbi anona jane commission dabo ko UDP ko le ko momoy place so tan masa kunda ko ibaro ko masima ela londo masima ela darajo masima UDP la asabu yaso wala al sakku ko be UDP to di ala soma al ku ko soma ni jane commission nada ite UDP mara ba momo fana dunda ku kono yake defend yaka isalon ko itelebita jane commission face la dabo start asking the questions about who is behind this money, why the money is being given to UDP. Baron Alamoko Dabo is asking too much questions. This is the time that they make a decision about bypassing Dabo and the UDP leadership. You kodo kakata bulokoro. Ya di la mincha manundu sano. Wole start crisscrossing the country. Ikataka kodo di padungola. Na regional chairmanol. Na constituency chairmanol. Na ward chairmanol. Na yai compinol. Banita de kamina fwe ko ha. Baroko abe sarele londali. Do 5,000. Do 10,000. Bali Dabo le monson. Fo alla de maro kay fitara ke bari ngo do ma mi alon ko. Walen jumalem Dabo. Wonata Dabo call duma akuma fo Dabo. Nala hayklo bakam. Biliba UDP la anniversary celebrate la. Ye mitino men kenum Banjul. In 2018, Dabo diamu de jako menika kuma kalantang fo ikata fa ngole ko lefta kal jo bal Dabo le monsong alwo kuma kalantang fofo. Dabo was sending an indirect message to the likes of Lamin Cham and Imbarona la Kurumo. Jemala bo kodol ko manu membe kodol di kambarola nu. Abubakar Jawara off. Abubakar Jawara. Seku Baronyo. Habibu Janyol. Kalilu wage o Futa investment o Senegal real estate businessman me kodda de barola Dakar. Katani ngey construction no mol. Wala ka kodo di ate barola. E ko kodo men diala wala na gambe no lo kodo mi alon ko baroya dila sunyaro la silola by awarding them pre-finance contracts, by giving them contracts men alon ko it's not put on bidding. Se kara barote ka sponsor behind the scene. Baroka foka be woli jola physical cash. Nima kinda na masi bo men ko wala ay UDP TV&MEDIA ta fara flat ka jaray to tinya ka kumo be fo jaray ma butum dolbe je they fall into hot trap and itata. For those of you who don't know, this is how Kibaro Network is created. This is how Kibaro TV created. Yes, now we embrace Kibaro TV. It's a UDP platform. Abeduga ka UDP. We be working with them. We are the same mother and father as them. But as master nyame nkolo faleja. This is how Kibaro TV started in the first place. Ntebebe nu generation talk show nu. Kumba jay mane nyole akala mudala nu. They are the first followers of generation talk show. Billy Max Johnny ala Buda ya kumaze. Ala flip flop ya kumaze. Ntata UDP TV&MEDIA create. Mbe tata je for more than ta generation talk show. But UDP TV&MEDIA, Nima cannot stand the hate. Nima cannot take us. Because until we are all over UDP. Na UDP legend. Na baro fasa UDP ngayalaka. Na baro protect against men bi men ba kan bi ko ka fasa. But yaro time at a double standard game of play. Yaro time Nima is talking with Maimuna Sise Dabonyo. What time Nima is talking with Max Jones be generation talk show. Until be UDP TV&MEDIA. Ba hanka ba Max Jones ka diamol. Otamo nye Nima Kinte Kilimo is talking with Fabu Sanenyol, Ahmed Jitenyol. Otamo nye Nima Kinte is communicating with Suntu Tudenyol. Otamo nye Selta Suntu Tude la kuwaga, nato mkomba for la UDP TV&MEDIA, ikonte nyamatale, kumona for watole. contre ka UDP diŋo le faŋo attaque bala alhamdulillah mo jamala nata men apologize tade bilina sundi ture tofo na commanda sa mbakle fa tofo la na dembo bay fo stofo saka dembo bay fo bilina tofo lu ngomede because dembo bay fo sto mena munu lal e ko ata fola that time I can tofo ko bondi panelist ko no because ko nin nada ndaka kumol fo men nyana fola UDP le modul fa inter report da boya e falo nabi mashallah na siadul sado ko no jam ani modanta dabo nada jam fa UDP le siadul congress so they reported me to him, they talked to him about me at what time because UDP call modo yenyininka akonya ha ya hake tubake akonya myself reported you to Dabo. I'm so sorry about it guy, no worries. The first question I need Camila, I think I can keep out of function on Yadi, and because what time I have to be busy in Plaza or Locola, I have to be busy in government of Cola, more be busy in how to settle down. In the Mansulan and Fenamasa Kundagon. So we were watching. So this is why UDP TV&MEDIA, you can give a control sangaratale, controversial, especially people like myself. You can sangaratale, controversial. You so sutiatale. You pay for the money. This is why UDP TV&MEDIA, we will continue to operate like that. Inshallah, no stone will be left unturned. Abekeri nyama basatala wala nyama, yafonye nyama mbafula wala nyama. Anytime we've been misled by our sources, mamodolone, Pantesana Jarju mina and apologize for a wrong information or for a wrong story. And this is our programs and policies on UDP TV&MEDIA. But no one the we are not proven wrong. Yafonye nyama basatala wala nyama. Gambe no ya haklo to place to drop ani na flow o time la baro kilimo ka fo UDP nkole ko nkomba place wodi da ba dabul man so yes baro mun jamfan tungati baro this is how our life tene unfortunately UDP mo longa to nyun juna because a jisba mo fala be UDP ko no time abe UDP nkole kinna ba fela yamoy o kola baro ya jamfa sidi nyawnya bal maymuna si dabul ya jumalam daboti way fo dawo mo si falati Suntu Ture yalon dabo mo sifat ba utamo Suntu Ture fana na game is different from nyimol utamo Suntu Ture ka fa UDP nkole loko nyimasa kundal kana place ota awla fa Ibrahima Sane nyole membe France ali nyininka. Thank you Soti Jame, we will always say as it is. Moti jambe malo ka tonya fo moy banta bulala mo kasida Tamola Alpha Nena because Memoina Alpha Lamata I will never talk bad about any political leader. I will never caricature any political leader. I will never be rude to any political leader because Momo Yakadaba Dialani. But Tonya be Fola, Bao Gambian to Tonya Fola, Walla Nindrladi, Menka Fanyama be carrying a Yame, Walla more Sangara, Walla more Kulbalodi. We will take that. We are okay with that. One day Alpha, one day family member, more tough platform just because we want to mention your name, Annie. But if you are involved into something bafulal, so tita sila jang ay mo tofo, jarata sila jang ay mo tofo, jarata fayin kata sila jang ay mo tofo, alay isem debate sila jang ay mo tofo just because we want to mention your name, anide. But if you are involved in something, me alko gambe la nyato tatije, wala gambe dum la nyato tatije bafulal. So momo kila family fo moy wala ya hakatu. We are not men, or we don't mean to come here to talk about people's life. Adum badi gambe nkolu, ni believe to ko baro yanta talale. Barolem Gambe la promote bi. Gambe belo number one enemy mu barolti. And benyanta one common enemy so la barola administration join the majority. Join the majority. Me alon ko vote ba tele bulu. Jama ba tele kam. Na ya la fa. Bayita talala. Na baro boni. Wala ni baro tata. Sunga na na bandang. Akoy dama ko mo kendo sida mo men diade yake. Na dia defa mo be political party lo mbeke political. But if you believe that barola yanta tala. For example, right now everybody have every right to be in any political party. But if you happen to be in a political party like Doi, party me alonko, karte table, party me alonko is a one-man show. And you talk about Baro yanta talale. Baro bitano nyadi with your small votes. Baro bitano nyadi with a small amount of vote. Ita kameng receive. Join the majority. If you happen to be in GMC, join the majority. If you happen to be in NRP, join the majority. If you happen to be in APRC, join the majority. Or less than until you come for manifestation the mokono. If you're an independent, you believe that Kobaro should go. You know that as an independent, you cannot pull the votes. Join the majority. anum badi Gambian kolu UDP la majority ti astonta almansong UDP la majority ti UDP currency majority UDP have 95% of the chance kany dictator bondi nyato than any other political party. So why the grudge? Why the hate? Why the psychopathy here? Join the majority. Wallahi billahi ta'ala ni mantara no UDP fam. Left barole tano. Even if I'm not a registered member of UDP, but I will go to the polls and vote into the yellow box just to make sure that baroita. I'll know okay. Lillahi alayhi. Gambe dimitale. With the coffee going on right now, lack of electricity, lack of a clean drinking water, rainy season is making the situation worse. You can have more motor busi siloka. You can drive for the motor take care table. You can have a lancing plate kuto $1,200. In Germany, is this the right time to implement that? Is that the right time to take a decision or to make that action to be put into practice? Come on, man. Let's be real here. But we believe that Gambians are not that dumped. Tapalaya silo fang fe lafta tala. Mbekuntula wala nyato draw. Yes, Sanja Suso. Gambia is more than being in a such situation. Badi Gambian kolo. Nkadiya martele. And I feel very grateful when I'm talking directly to you people. Sometimes I feel emotional when I see the situation. Sometimes I feel very bad. Sometimes I feel ashamed of myself. I'm sitting in America, and I cannot do nothing about it. Right now, that's more than enough. From 1965 up to date. Badin Gambian call, Jisura Baliambal can be with a Makayantal. Al Damal Kasi. Yesterday, I saw a Gambian who posted that 15 hours without an electricity and still counting. 15 hours without an electricity and still counting. Gambia is only country right now. Come call telephone or WhatsApp or about reconnecting. The only country in this world. Gambia is the only country right now. Katra Facebook live in the Gambia. Abe kuntu rata Senegal. I'll find example of the Senegal be internet to use come. I'll find example on UDP TV&MEDIA ni Alhaji SM Dawo be diamo kan Dakar. Ikamu na be Europe. And kabi Gambian sol min ba do makay be sisol kosin la. Ika fa Gambia is okay. UDP lang Gambian ol promote. Mbadi Gambian ko la to nya fa ñoy. UDP mu Gambian ol promote ñaadi. UDP dictatorship kele for 22 years. UDP la leader sol fatay boutete soronta for 22 years. UDP dul 40 ni for 22 years. UDP la Gambia promote ñaadi ni UDP yenta la Gambia promote be UDP will have been all over Barrow B. Ise dabo ko vice president ray la mi na mundi bay tra domala amani sane tra domala na tele support kam na Barrow la courier support bal bil Barrow be dabo man sakunda kono la mi na mundi bay man sakunda kono amani sane be man sakunda kono bil wo time wala naje ko ni man sakunda feldal after 1.5 years into office nko no more. We will never be a blind supporter to a corrupt government. We will never be a blind supporter to injustice. We will never be a blind supporter to backwardness. What time will Lawyer Dabo be? We even call for the resignation of Lawyer Dabo. But what time of Alfalka Moli Yamari Munano, no Lawyer Dabo resigned, is from Kwajan. That Barola Mansaya Malafal. Yaja Baro Sabotaika. Lawyer Dabo response was that I will stay until I get fired by the president. But I will be in the system and to tell them the truth. I will block anything that is injustice. I will block anything that is not true. And I will kaje. Lawyer Dabo and the Barrow, Lawyer Dabo and the UDP people in the government condemn the renaming of that bridge. Yili tenda bamba tenda bridge. Buli aki Senegambia. Ya condemn. They condemn the firing of a nominated member to the National Assembly. They condemn so many illegal issues. Man betamaka. What time will nak? Banyun na mafia group wol nada benyo jappale Adama Barrow la mol nada ikafa ko Lawyer Dabo is the obstacle here for you, is the block on the way for you. Da correct so ko da here di ngam ngo buga wata nak ye kutata la o time nak sidi njaay be system ko no anyankar mate be duma jaba aba dinko sina ay joldi Barrow la ami ye denni ko di ala adum sa Barrow mo mal ka tar sidi mul ko natem bala lambe na ko be fonyo wo sambale. This is why sita dawda be sino lale. Baro tata dawda sita je more than 5 minutes. More than 5 minutes. I can bet that. I can bet $1,000 on that. Baro inata sita anka 5 minutes ali akonda man sino ali kuma nimbe dawda. Na tembe da 5 minutes of la akatan. Oda ali tonya fitande ali tentura fitande UDP ngol ma way. Gache jarama UDP for choosing trust, for choosing justice over injustice, for refusing to be a blind supporter to a corrupt government. Mbadi ngambe ngol ala for UDP gache jarama ye plasol be fay ye plasol be tuje ye ko tekala blind supporter. Mbadi ngambe ngol gache jarama for disowning a dishonest son. UDP gache jarama for disassociating yourself from a dishonest son. UDP gache jarama for choosing not to be a blind supporter to corruption and nepotism. Kumuntawa UDP gache jarama. You have something in your heart against the party. You have a hatred that you are hiding inside you against the party. Or you have a hidden agenda against the party. Member funding kola yamara kukinaja. Anatel sutu Gambian call because in Kajala Gambian le katula falnya. Sadeda ha political. I just laugh at them. Nka muso do ba fanya da ha political. If I became the prime minister or a minister or a president, they would like to be the first lady. They would like to be a wife of the minister. They would like to be a wife of a prime minister. But right now, they will ask you to stop politics because of the bullying, nendrol, tokuyal menkaneka. But if you are a minister, they would like to be a wife of a minister. If you are a president, they would like to be a first lady. If you are a director, they would like to be a director. But member sabre yeka wolti ni bale ka foyo obula. I laugh, and sometimes it's funny to me. Nyana funding call je yoti mol men ka foko. I'm not into politics. You are not into politics, but your life is controlled by politicians. Common sense. You are not into politics, but your life is decided by politicians. Politicians will decide ele Medicare be kelemendi. Politicians will decide ele life insurance be kelemendi. Politicians will decide ele ptano mbete jarala. Politicians will decide luwa mbete sorona, luwa manyene sorona, luwa mbete tamaleka, luwa manyene tamaleka. Politicians will decide ite yena tamaleka banko kanyame, enta bolo la banko kanyame. Ite kafu you are not into politics. Just because na politiko mutamenti. Just because ika politiko je nyame. Andu yaje nyame, ibaje la wala nyame. Idum ta ko nyame, ibaje la wala nyame. Ne politiko je ko no nendu rolem. Ne politiko je ko personal attack lo. Ne politiko je ko selfish individual interest ko le. Ni dum ta ko ne ibaje la wala nyame. Ni tare be sunya rol kala. Ni tare ba biale, ni tare is all gonna be about bunjang law, is all gonna be about musunyino, is all gonna be modonyima bondo. But ne politiko je is about nation building. Ne politiko je ko jihado lam pulke la banko fasa. Ne politiko je yaje ko sacrifice lam pulka ila banko chamba nyado. Ibaji la wala nyama. Ibuka sula penny la je. Ikakele lillahi alay. So mbadi funding kewol. Nyam funding kewol. Mbadi Gambian call, stop telling us that all political better. Your life is controlled by a politician. My life is controlled by a politician. Our life is decided by a politician. Politician like ta deputy bungote lual pass. Politician like ta senator to lual pass. It like ta congress to like lual pass. It like a president to lual sign. Na Medicare, na insurance, na life insurance, na leptalo be tamala nyame. Na karamol be tamala nyame. Na balfa be tamala nyame. Al nyol be mutala dame be kele nyame. Politician will a bad desire. So if your life is controlled by a politician, how can you tell people to be out of politics? It depends on the political nyame. Yes, now our system of politics and our nowadays way of doing politics, I mo jama kijobo the politician can. Everyone should involve in politics. It depends on the nyame. Either na flow lemba, dua lemba, ele physical appearance lemba. Let's get up and control our own destiny. Alate jilanan duma Gambia do kumoy. Alate jilanan duma ina destiny control. Alate jilanan duma ay baro bondi. Let's control our own destiny. It is now or never. It is now or never. Baro should not even be on the ballot box. Badi Gambian call. Baro should not even be on the ballot box. So at the end of the day, mbatata kumbola le ntel diaspora nkol ni tora ko mbatata moyo la le orata gambeno nalme wuli al kungo kam kunun mine be keri a wonderful wife, a beautiful lady in the name of Fatu Diba Dimaka Fayako Diba Chaku lost her life after giving birth to twins. Mina Saba Fata, I'll be posting in Jelembadi Gambian call. And this is someone that I happen to know. I saw the posting on WhatsApp. I thought that it's a mere posting. After following up the posting, Nata Lonkofa Nimumbadi mo family. Moita ulu leptanoto. Auluda leptanoto. According to the story mensoro. Bila ulu leptanoto ale dim follow I ulu normal. Dim flanjang I see section okay. A lusta yela jamala. Wo leptano nata bondi. It's a private leptano. Ya samba to the main referral hospital. The biggest hospital. Thinking that ko will be jora on solelale. Moy du moto kono. Ya samba fo banyu leptano. Allahu akbar. Banyu leptano. Doctor ol membe do ko la je. Yo moto ta ya munda ko la ko den e kay muro leptano to. Nay boro mindrabe okay lale. Ay muro back to leptano ta uluta dame wal kay ko ntele mani min sol soto jam. We don't have the manpower here. Go back to the hospital. On her way back to RVTH hospital afata. Still Gambians will say that Gambia is okay, huh? And kabinina mira o mushindi mo dola nem menyana agreement so men ka fako. We are fine. Gambian tell we are okay. We are not complaining. Because I tell parents so la family members will be American. So will ka kodo ki atela be denika nyimal duna abita hewta danna at fe Gambia is okay. Bala nyina ko nabota la kodda ko nakatama belo menka jiolo ko lo belo ka dinsa maketa. Anyina ko nabota la kodda ko nakata leptalo men bowling o leptalo boro tije doctor kendo tije. Anyina ko nabota la kodda ko akata government officers will mento service buka kaje. But because he or because her as an individual is okay, ako Gambia is okay. We are good. Damonte Gambia ma wuli kana doctoral investigate. Damonte Gambia ma wuli na leptan do kulal case amba kitiola. Damonte ma wuli alka police case wuli ndi nyun kolka. Allah mol be tar la falle fa wato do sila. Ale yam fanye de alma aliatu nya mol men beka fa Gambia dul beje e wato man si. Gambia leptano de kamo la mo kendol fa ngabadi. Mol ka tara koma e ka fa fatale Gambia. Mo ko tetu ka fa fatale. Ndesana jaaju mfangolo sede ya. Bili ba fure kule jobo aka moti sota. Banyu leptado ya declare ka fatale. Banyu leptado ya declare back in the days. Ya declare ka fatale because that time they have no idea or clue about what is coma. So one went into coma it ka fatale. For ya hand over to the family members pull away ta body. Ibe furo mamanta wolt. Nado nko furo buko kuno. Nko bita mo kende body la wala nya. Ya wandi kyo fondi musola. Ya wandi dingol ka bayoti. Ya wandi family fondi dingola. E man bala fasura harima dingola membe situation okono membe balwoni saya tema. Banyo leptalo le kata ibe balwoni saya tema because accident also wala ni mol dunta nyola you can police report. Instead of taking care of someone who is between life and death, yena police report mira later. Ikafe police report ani bulo ba mala banyu leptalo le kata dari be mala ndema fo dal tala la ba fo bala fale ba fo ni tara fo idunta banyu leptalo ro ikata no soto do yo gano dumba fo bala fa ko boy bala jaado ko ba ala ko bondi bala jaado ko na bala ka sabale because inteni be doctor dal na male benta baylan mo be bal woni saya tema abe wurla ikafa ko na man ko do jon tamal I'm sorry ntel leptalo la ko la munyindi ko la ko jo bi fo be mo mala Allahu akbar. Gambia leptano le momme ala ko ka se fangola yelobe bonkam ikafo fale nyum ko samba police leba ani masamba police because ni mola mobo situation de ka kronto munela ya du numero ko ya samba leptano ibe fitala leptano do drop iba fula ala samba police leba ani masamba police o dalta police fo badu le bodi ko tenke ta police wo mo be tala leptano yelobe bonna abe wurla ikafo ko men be do ko la leptano to no sol ali haketu mbadi no sol na bad my own brother is a nurse at the RVTH. Nimende da fa kilimola. He's a nurse at the RVTH. He works at the lab there. including him, he be killing. Ndalla misil molti an kabi 99.9% ndalla misil molti. Ndalla misil mo yalna jibe ku wale haket. But at the end of the day, ina Gambian majority fanga jibe bala man fay. Ina Gambian majority jibe fanga bala man fay. Ni men ndawlo soni atadro wayama is okay. Ni men kata do ko wala ka josoro wayama is okay. But still they are complaining. They are crying like babies 24/7. What the NPP, la media empowerment. Baro media empowerment ala dade moli ale kula sura lenta men kachala ale kula sura lenta gambelol sensa size le mena ale kula sura lenta gambelol jabila mena nyini karole bal kunda lenta men jabila baro media empowerment nyima kinde na la mo la mini demba nyol la min tunkara we dele say wo is busy chopping ko be mono ko do sunyan kana saba do makana wo ye dele say wo is busy chopping wo is busy filling his account wo is busy transferring money to Dakar right now. He's thinking about the next story building abe loka. Obe mira kana manyo me minyinila. Obukata baro media empowerment ato jela sai. So sai jali ndul men tunaje fol wol fane jali yaga fane be place so la fa bu sanel tem la min dembalem tem. Nyima kinde nyol. The last time nyima kinde jimala invite la platform ro Fatumata Jawara barinkew. O Fatumata Jawara barinkew tel ni wala ka fun ni wala ka kendo ni wala ka diamunu but because fa bari muso sai wala be jana. Allahu akbar. Wala sabu UDP ko la kana kar guarantee de wala kana mo guarantee de bili Fatumata Jawara bata UDP bili lo yara ba fango yelo do bo kemo wul yelo Siaka Jatta bata UDP unde nyanyol kar Barrow nto tafola. So Barrow will pay for this price. Barrow will suffer for it, and Barrow be khalekilale anu fa alay ki to tala ni Gambenol tema alay Barrow so ay men diala Barrow ka to tala Barrow ka ba bela tala yemo hadu melu ngoje dawda men ka fa lafta bela at the same time aka fo bela anu Barrow mo molati ale mo menje hadu meta akata ko mo manyana sodola akola mo manyana nyinyala akola mo to manyana fola akola mo manyana darjela akana fo bela ali adi Barrow la alandi ay plateau kam Barrow yota plateau dole be karadantam la aka bo faram be talale ale Barrow ke flag berati through UDP atara coalition win through UDP ay election win Gambeno ya kato fay o Barrow kilon ko bila sita atlabe UDP tala akatel tam APRC akatel tam NRP akatel tam Gambia bedi fay for bela at the same time inshallah sooner or later Barrow ba jelale anana mo be kasaro nyolal alma ale ndema ale continue abela kullo men wanyar ka continue ka wanyar alma ale continue kam fasa alma ale continue ka tonya mol fasa alma ale salon di Barrow na ala jamfa ka foma alma ale hale kinyala ni dunia balwo kono alma ale man tora nyala ni balwo duna balwo kono men yelol bonta men ya sabu ko Gambia liberation na sabu fada bili ya jame jamano lemba fo coalition jamano lemba may their spirit continue to haunt President Barrow and our entire jamfa ka fobe ate bayla muka be kelal inshallah mbadi Gambian ko mbita topic number 2 wala mundi Barrow na la jamfa wala Barrow la planol me ye citizen pour kana campaign nyinke against the draft constitution ndele ke sabane de ala de maroka nke sabane ka kumol fo ay mine be jilal killing programme le citizen they are coming aggressively to campaign against the draft constitution. NPP nkol ni Barrow la mol, NRP ni Barrow la mol, doy ni Barrow la mol. The last meeting me alon ka munu ka fali ko Halifa Sallah ya joka meeting otonu a secret meeting with Sheikh Omar Faini Maburinja abodo ko daga secret meeting so with Barrow na la political advisor o secret meeting o men ka jada nunje wala mu the draft constitution abe boycott la nyame Allahu akbar. Halifa Sallah of all people is campaigning for the draft constitution to be boycotted. He's campaigning for the 1997 constitution way taraje bulu ni tara député bungoto hey, I know right now they are watching me from State House. I can see an account right now that is watching me. So let me sit down good. Nana kacha anying refresh ja. Because bill na lonko nyimani benji be kan say left like kacha anyi moy. Ite ben benji be kan from State House ye follow because you need to for the borland. bali e fallone lafta même fule wala nyindi ko right from inside man kan jibe from state house mbadi wala hakka tude atle badi ngambe ko alin so 10 minutes la na diamu nyimmo e membe jibe kam from state house dana bita ede membe jibe kam from state house ite right inside from state house molen ko la ko alin halifa sala mitino ale men soro wala nyindi ko halifa sala ko député bunga nyanta kacala benna wala nyindi ko 1997 constitution loi kotol men beje wala loi kurol men beje yew loi kurol bondi je ako 1997 constitution amen loi do le keje loi kotol men beje wala bondi je député le nyanta wala kala but they should not waste time on the draft constitution because draft constitution man president baro febo draft constitution kono membe je wala nyindi ko president baro anala first lady yanta kel assessor nyin declare before assuming office president baro kuma kamandi ay draft constitution ko president baro should appear in front of the national assembly once in a year and face the lawmakers president baro ma left wala draft constitution ko 2-term limit 5 years of each and then president baro la nyin first time mo nyina be count la wala kono wawul o mandi ya president baro ibe fanfaka wala now Halifa Sallah being the master of the constitution, being the master of section 1 and subsection 2 is there telling President Barrow. So now President Barrow feel disappointed that I CRC law, the Constitutional Review Commission, because President Barrow ala anger express jere, ala disappointment ala express jere. The Constitutional Review Commission headed by Chone Jalo will ya disappointed. So President Barrow ya mbroko atale President ya be sitting watu mena ate commission mbelondi will be kuwa kukelenta kila in his favor. So President Barrow ya atale kodo ala nafulo member ala posto kodo wale Constitutional Review Commission leader. Constitutional Review Commission. How many $millions they spent aka? Abe visa wallet. Ale gambelo ni mplaso jele. Ale gambelo ni kodo jele. So ite badi ibe jane because yal no ko ni tano do mbeto falal. So you must stay with us today. Nembe njibe come from State House. President Barola's mouthpiece oldo. Nina to falal bitala ba jela. So the secret meeting that happens behind the scene involving Halifa Sallah fula wala keta ne men kala muda anu nanu ko dol keta men kala muda ba yemen wanyar mo le fula. So mbadi ngambe nkolo atel membe larin doila the lies of Momodu Gomez. Ask yourself and put this question to your leader: why secret meetings with those people in State House? Why the meeting not in the open? Why a la press conference at Buka Foko next president mitle? Why a la press conference at Mafoko I minister Maburu Njani minister say Omar 5 mitle? I told Mola Halifa Sallah. Gambians want to know what is the meeting was all about. But na jata keol meni alonko wale asabu na Gambia soto na New Gambia soto na ni one nation one people soto I told Tofola. Many aloko be alatala kola wale asabu na one Gambia soto na one nation soto na one people soto. But you all want to give the credit to Halifa Sallah because he was the spokesperson of the coalition government. He was speaking for the government during the time of the impasse. But Jimali asabu Halifa Sallah bekala government la spokesperson di. Jimali asabu Halifa Sallah bekala coalition spokesperson di. Solo Sandi na bonyol, solo Nkrumah na bonyol, Femi Peters na bomol, Lamin Maro na bonyol, Singulu Nyasi na bonyol. Na musu jambarol men kam to ko nogo njaay ñol sukay dahaba ñol Fatou Camara ñol Modou Ngom ñol wala asabu wala mjambarol ñanta wala tentu la newol jaay. Jimale Asabu, Halifa Sallah Jimale Asabu, Macky Sall was even able to communicate with the president-elect when Yaya Jammeh was still in the Gambia. Jimale Asabu, na hero, Ben Suare na bonyol. Wole Macky Sall ni President Barota ya connect. But Halifa Sallah and those coalition leaders at that time couldn't even do nothing about it. Dabo came out. Dabo joined the camp. Iko Dabo le coalition otina. When Halifa Sallah, when he knows that he's not the vice president, when he was not given the position of the vice president, he refused to take any other positions within the administration. And Halifa akabao fenke Omar Samotoldi, Sidi Ajara, hake to uncle Sidi Ajara, Omar Samotoldi, na pata I would do, adiata nyame, na diata bulbani marafon jahaze, anaita. So at the end of the day, it's not about their credibility. It's not about their appearance. It's about what they have been doing and what they have delivered. Mbadi Gambian Koru, National Assembly, Ibo Wokono, your constituency represent, your Tundo represent, your Tundo Mol should ask themselves, what did you bring to their doorsteps? What did you do for them? What did you fight for them in the National Assembly? Sarah Kundang Cole will never have an answer if they ask Halifa Sallah this question. Hey, Mamadou Gomez, let's be honest with each other. Think about the first 3 nights of your graveyard. In Alatema, Halifa Saleh mineke Sarah Kundai. Sarah Kundang Cole se mine fono bi Halifa Saleh in Kenya. Halifa Saleh sa siso kosino munela afana nyine deliver Sarah Kunda during my time as National Assembly member. Mamadou Gomez, you have every right to be in Doi. Be with Doi until you die. But remember, in your graveyard, you will not be judged as Doi. You will be judged as Imum Menti, Ye Memfo, Ibarata Men, Anika Menke, Anika Membonison the Mokon. Nabra Kanye Mira Kodi, Nimpoltico Jatala Wole. Mamadou Gomez, Nibe Badela, Terkarko your ball dealer. And in brown colatita, then yellow colatita, don't in blue colatita. Nimpoltico Jata Wole, Ala Dunia Tina, Ala Ratratina. Ala waje. Mbadi Gambian Kolo. President Barrow have 12 political advisors. 6 different CAFOR. President Barrow Youth Movement. President Barrow Fans Club. President Barrow Farmers Association. Council of Elders for President Barrow. Benyo Japele Adama Barrow. Now we are Barrow. Still President Barrow cannot deliver. President Barrow have 12 advisors in State House. Lamin Cham, Dusano, Dembo Bifos, Henny Gomez, Alkali Conte, Sidi Njai, Maimuna Sisedabo, Siaka Jata, Sehumbalo. More than fuller. What President Barrow advice, still he cannot deliver. Mbadi Gambian Kolo, Gadi Amatele Kotenko underground. Ala bala fal faye way ali mira la dingol la somala way anal mama dingol la somala so mbadi Gambian Kolo al lañ la mo ñu audio la tani mina barola planol me ba keka ani mina campagnol menkela against the draft constitution ani mina sefol ni minister men bayla ani alkalol men yalan ko they are not campaigning for Barrow in the election men ko de barola agenda promote line mbadi Gambian Kolo. According to the information I mentioned, likely Barrow will come into a coalition with DOI, PPP, NRP, APRC, and actually NPP. Now the coalition name will be We Are Barrow. Yalo found that Madam Mabedame, we attend why a coalition is named after one individual. Because he's the president. Now put I for the We Are Barrow was tabled by PPP. PPP la idealem. Oje Jallow la mo la idealem. Ifanan ko Barrow hamut, jangut, nelaw rek lay def. Nan lañ indi an organization. Nan lañ create a movement. Ñun tam nak la ñoo mëne am sun share of the cake. This is why they came with this idea that We Are Barrow. But Oje Jallow is taking a back seat. He's letting Cheikh Sidia Bayo to head it. Now Cheikh Sidia Bayo woni ñim PPP la ñaton ko mina kelola la. Say Cheikh Sidia Bayo coming into the spotlight, now Tumanjai, Banjuni South Deputy, is also trying to assume the leadership of PPP in their next Congress, Menkana, in December. Mbadi Gambian Kolo, Nyinkumo Nyimbe Maneral Feda Manine. It's going to be kind of complicated. Kodi? But Ale Nyinkumota Ale separate. Ale Tio Nintia Photo Bondi Nyoto. Ale Dotul Connect. Then in December of 2020, inshallah, Albaji Lankadamente Fale. One more time, by repeat leja. We Are Barrows. PPP la ideal. PPP fan after movement or create la. If I make a share of the cake so la no Barrow bul nyame. The promise is that the Barrow they will bring all the political parties on board. So Sam Barrow will be giving them millions of dollars. But near Kemel dealer, ye thanks se bule la poso kono. Ye mo tara bul kosilal nin tantan kosilal temo. So now Mbulobal kunta damen. Atil gambenol. Ale bulobal kunta damen wala mu. We Are Barrow is headed by the most and the biggest mafia in the name of Sheikh Sidia Bayo. Adabuka tonyafo, amantiling, arroganta, afokumo mandia. Sheikh Sidia Bayo, with due respect to him, because one the alphalem, one the musole, one the keolem, one the famalem. For Nigeria no le 419, wala fang fisher Sheikh Sidia Bayo. Nigeria no le 419, wala fang fisher Sheikh Sidia Bayo. Say Sheikh Sidia Bayo, your positional data within the PPP. Now, kolo ba dungo kuma se kam kabana baro administration auto. So say Papa Njai ba jenken la karala. Ba tabe jump kana from one political party to another nama nyato kaya so damu aita. Now two manjai bila ufrena la mol kachada, anala banjulu ngol kachada, ikaita leadership ya nyinta. Now two manjai will be contesting for the leadership and secretary general position in the PPP. Foni na ya badi ya diam ko tengere. Ba ko be mobile number ya ikana nyo saba wala sai. So PPP be campaign men ke ka wala mi sai. NPP, NRP, APRC, ibemina together and they will be called We Are Barrow. Ale Gamberon in place oje mbadi Gamben ko. Ale Gamberon in position oje mbadi Gamben ko. And Halifa Sallah will be part of that coalition. Halifa Sallah the intellectual, Halifa Sallah the Mr. Know All, Halifa Sallah the most smartest one, the most clean one. Abetara o grupo kono lebi. Ndesan ay APRC mente fo man kada balafat. Say APRC call wala executive wala leadership mo nani da malam de mo nani duram de APRC mo nani da malam de Sidi Njai ni men kala ko Sidi Njai mantre APRC kal nenele Sidi Njai ni men kala ko mantre APRC kal nenele Sidi Njai is still a APRC ani APRC le kadiam Sidi Njai is still having a Guinea Equatorial phone number. Guinea Equatorial phone number mel gabe operate kan Gambia anu ani yaje maka nyomo wala. Sidi Njai fa bakari Tombo Njata Rambo Jata ani la wo amul nyasi lemba tumora ay boy kan tumora ina itele APRC ta ya mortgage to Barrow. So Sidi APRC executive fall ye condition mel ni Barrow wala mu yaje mel 6 properties be murika APRC 6 properties be murika an Barrow nak modo kutol sika kadi Rambo Jata ay modo kutol sika adi Sidi Njala ay modo kutol sika adi fa bakre lambon tato Jata many monthly allowance abe jokan karfa he inna lillahi namna moje men jawara ko Barrow bilim bayo wala den sentema na harma digo façon beje bantama moje men sondo mo jawara ko Barrow même bala fa doata ko Barrow mbadi Gambe ko mba wuli ya fora jango ko sontale mbe wuli ala fo kanja moto kuto yi waldi fa bakre Tombo Njata la moto kuto yi waldi Rambo Jata la ani Sidi Njai anu they are paid salary every month ala investigate o manna kanyande jane commission ye ya jamel property sol menta ye recommend ko yanta frozen nale anu ye frozen num before be property sol clean mulundi kam ye men wafi wal bantale fa patade ida male men wafi cheap price la ye dol sang ye la badi ngol tol safaje the remaining ones be mulundi ka APRC kolka Barrow ya jamme ko the agreement must be implemented and it should be implemented. But mbadi Gambe ko I hate going sometimes the tribal lines. But menyante for sometimes 5-4. Bininte sana jaji lebe UDP support ka. Iko ka UDP support manika yaga. When we have seen Jola boys or many alongo, ika APRC support Jola yala kay mamabo. Toto ta fala. La min tamba. Aka APRC support manika Jola yakola. Mun Jola di mbora foni. Aka APRC support da malaka. Bak sonko aka APRC support manika Jola yaka kola munemu. Ba sana jaji UDP support manika yaga wala tabuti. Jara sana UDP support manika yaga wala tabuti. But inshallah, we are here to stay. Adati ya kuyate. Mbadi mo bida topic number 2 to. The audio play le jane mealan ko is concerning that topic number 2. But like sinister plan so le kana menge. Pulka campaign yoke against the draft constitution. Mbo audio play jane na mo kacha kono. Na audio jama fanan so mbol fanan play for the meantime. par naji la mbadi wodo dun na layno de melo ko ñu warlo ko aka try pour ko dun nam programme oto mbasi bismillah mbadi ini mbara welcome
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Ini mbara
na keba. Thank you for calling. Ibe live le mo bebe mo ikan.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very happy. Dem Ismaila Toure to the Netherlands.
Yes, Ismaila Toure. Thank you. Yes, Toure mani mo.
Thank you very much. Yes. Nyala kumo mwele. Kakumo memfo Amanda surprise. Amanda surprise. Yalong Gambian call nka balan netrong panda Marcel to satel ko mutula to pamirum de la corda comme de kisitelo la ron kan drong ye mira UDP nim politique patiol be nyaadile Gambia kono Gabriel Jamel 22 years o kono UDP pare da mengo menna pour Gambia ye ni ye Gambia mo assess ye jibe ni jibe ro ipa sutela ko automatically UDP ko le parita nyim bankola somala left dindi wala somalela UDP la tajira ji manko ay bo banko kan UDP la tajira ko nkakata jarro la wandi bankol kan UDP do kala no Gambia le UDP la tajira ko mo ka karano Gambia fo ka graduate je UDP nyini be sotole bari mol men mo ngani yoso Gambia ye wolle be lorin bi yaitande Gambian ko lako ntoli man Gambia la interest jere ntoli ngan na jibole je alen be ngata baroya tumba bi jele mo be ba do makanne problem tije so mo be hani dindi mo me alon ko abe primary 6 lebi alon ne ko baro Gambian o be felle very simple nyim manke kuute me alon ko jam fajam ko le ni ta rek kelo la wulo kono nye no kelo la fo porta nye la palasota je sanje kelim fula ile remnants men traje imam fa keloto na wolta nye kem eroti ni ka simli ka domro domo be ko be iko mo kana wofo yalo manden ko le mansale kilim fo jalo ya don kilola ako karan ko sila ni bundungo fandi sabu kunkoti e jarama de itata karan ko so wala kunkoto fo ni bundungo fandi afo kunkoti ya jarama Gambian ko lo bi hanne membanta hanne membe sinola yalo ne ko UDP ning ayatra tonya tonnen kodo dronnen Gambia la nafay manta onoma kamenke takela way amanjari yala katun menketa misalote
yes
ning ayatra mo bebe laari ni la ko la fide ka ya jemme bonde je tonya la kan ntoli bella firinde pura ni nga luwa londi na doko ke nyimbanko ke mobe tati bankola namo ke bankola nafati Gambian o be ya jele
bari mbadi yamira Gambian ol be o mistake go soda no kotengi because bi musole audio kinyanam I wish I can play the audio but malafi na audio ni play mole talon jumalem because ama permission ojina bali wo fole sit ay audio kinyam ka scenario explain bi mel ngonta ma kala dafa mi gonta wulta side nda wulta sino la don na so nyinge I didn't even know that this is happening in the Gambia today about bi do kulal tamalal pasasa motol bi ka mol jindi la motol la kono saro e ka motol by for 6 e ko lancing plate kuto moto nyanta wala soda la mi yalon is costing $1,200 at this moment of time in the Gambia bi but ambe la Gambia no kan bi mol be mira kala bal wala o man kanya say kanal do fana lawo ka so eta amro Gambia no be ni audio kinyen bi expression how frustrated she is faka fuka nyamna masa kundaje men jawata baro masa kundari ita be sirin ko fi kono kurama mon soto Gio Monsoto, ibe tilimba yakan, ibe arrest kan silo kan pule kodol jo because of face mark, say kana kote ka foko digital lancing plate, moto masoto, lancing koto be bala nyawana, ibe la moto sisi le bule. Ite amara bi wo, be lola jani bi ba ka fo baro, wala ka mo, hada nyi baro la kuwala.
Aman, sana, yalong, niye Gambia ko be jibeton, fengo fen niya jibeton, nana tatron, kana koronta ko akko mira puke ba yaji to jumalla bo nyin ko kono jumalla bo nyin do ko ka jumalla bo nyin ke ka ni won mo lon drone obviously e kalon ne ko yes memba ko kono ko be kana 10-5
exactly
kuno be ni be kanja iko na airport refurbish in the airport e ba rehabilitate kan ne ba do ko kana nyanta ba 14 million US dollars ika costa wala jumalla head of the project
odo ko man tra odo ko men ka gambe airport do ndara jele mboda jele lasia
14 million dollars o ko ribalde wo mo la hajolti bari gambenol be sulare men na bi wala nyimbe nyin ko fi me ya lon ko iba adinna abe banko be badan likan mol male be menkela dol malon fo membe kering wata jumala be banna wata jumala be la mo kile wuli trom ay suba kanja domo ay jisuma min do ako al 3 weeks la faje ikamere feltam bankote
exactly
it's just like a family property
exactly
you just do what you wish to do and what you want to do
exactly
and kuma kilim bije mandin ko be da falalde ngalla nya fo nyoye ila nya ka sintile mo dialde
exactly exactly
barola MPP e mampare ke la nya fo nyoye
na audio fonse do jan bi même play la the last time I done do the audio no le play jan so kendi wa jabi men na bimbol fana be play jan ani modul min na re diamute da maltema ye men fo be play jan bi mod bala mo
hello memo la problem o tinte Ismail ante inte for 1 million time
yes
inte be confident ko hanin bila carte fa Gambia UDP will turn them. There's no doubt about it. Yalo membi let's everybody talk. Let's another 100 political party here register Gambia, no problem. Foni lo mende kuma dala sikda sila femanto ye kombal traje.
Exactly.
You will know who is yellow.
Inshallah. No doubt about it.
Ita manne de mon kola wala tinna. Me amoy wele caring. Fundo mansi ngata dron.
Exactly. Baraka ba.
Na modo alena one time la en executive ibe meet kan aye Facebook le. Akonyen ko. When you mal government la cabinet de bankai no. Akonyen but these people look like you know real setup kai yes real setup. Nkai is a real setup. Nkai moment began to they can form any government.
Exactly.
They don't need to go anywhere.
Exactly.
So mbedwa Kairola ngambenga na mol kachandi memon de la tagero de mem nyen figure mo ga tageto na kata na mo be carte also. Everybody should have an ID card.
Exactly. Abaraka.
This is the most important thing.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Ila sonka enjoy bakele.
Abaraka.
Na ke ba sala nyang atile mon ko do mati jan. And it's my everything almost in UDP. Abaraka bake. Thank you very much.
Koto ya di meneso falindro.
No. But not to get drop.
Jenga ya be visa world. Abaraka. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Abaraka bake. Billy Sadam Sanyan to fodro nga remind school la. Mbadi ngoli it's a pleasure and a great honor for me to let you guys know that na GoFundMe create nunjang talking kole gamelo mentara nunjaro toki alhamdulillah mo sabasetale already. I spoke to both of them yesterday. One of them musonying wona dingol tare ka fa dingol Sidia dindingo nyeme ala ka fa na hard problem nyin sodore mashallah katala sasa fisata la according to the mom. So atenala mom setale plus the lady men lost her sister laje Khadija di Traore la sister Fatumata. So at the currently they have arrived in the Gambia. I be quarantined so far. Currently I spoke to Fatumata yesterday and I spoke to Khadija this morning. So Khadija walam sidia bamati wali be Gambia at this moment. And in Fatumata mena sister bantaninje Khadija di Traore etel tata. So mbedwala in modul mentuta koma alma wal financial jade kende for Seseno Gambia. So that's a good news that I have to share with you guys because I tell you ala na flow na la kododundi or go for me to again alma ala mo bejo atmi ala kododundi wora. So na call jele be dun kan nam but I'll be so 1 second la call ali hakki 1 second. Let me talk about this topic quickly. No wonte nyina call ta don ta topic go nyin kajal ko den. We need to talk about barola nyim plano be men sidikang pulukana ka safehold bay safehold men anko they should be for baro or they will lose their job. A memo was written from the Minister of Local Government signed by the minister himself, Menkata Musa Dramit Atarana Sefolia a jata truna governor la bundaldo pour o letro le fita CFO ni alkaloma baro ta benna baro lo ta campagne rankam baro ko CFO dade manyana na katto kono natala masakunda sita. That's the first thing I've been kachala. Baro kana CFO by force dundi pour le dum katto kono non de be bayla right now nyomi opa nyomi la CFO ya bondi a fa dingo a suko de dingo yolo ka CFO di je ko denke adala dividing rule ya jame system wala baro is a carbon copy of ya jame atembere ya jame fongola de mambo opo nyomi de bal nyomi kol correct me if I am wrong here nyomi kol ali correct ni ronde jam ibe konto mu da bolde fa din kilin wala mu suko na dingol kilinam ay CFO by a badin kono doke CFO yala ko denke. The same scenario will be happening in the coming days. Dani in December karo medu na karo 2020 bela tabiro bekala. Na fale nunjane. Nkale ko December April nundu ndawo koro. 3 years jot na baro karata oma. Political better la Gambia, na full kasarol better la Gambia, puntum pantane better la Gambia, nyo atago kodola karola wala better la Gambia. Just recently someone is sending me pictures. Many alonko a secret meeting kala dembo by force la korda kono namra albana talo jelal was supported because I don't kibaro mo boka mo batungala. But someone is sending me the pictures right now. Natalo me anko itara meeting or dembo by force la korda kono mentara meeting raje. They are talking about the alleged rape ya menke dinni wala fo dinni wonye kono taje. Barola so called advisor may a follow moli al no follow. I wandi dingo kono mandi and say mala fo ko e findi say bo secret lo bading tambola. So right now be natalo fere men kinyan lo of these pictures nabla nal nyabala dembo bay fos lebe sirinten abe denne ka buluru woni kono membe siringa bal yaajele e so called baro advisor. This is in dembo bay fos la korda kono itata woldoten. The other picture is here. Ya motol men gare dembo bay fos la korda dala in Bakau ibe nyine la tende kulloto dingo kulloto findo fina fene ba mabalo noja. The other picture fele jang imo basa bole fane be sirin jang dembo bay fos la bu ko la mintite me ñi mol natal abe ñi me ñi mol natal be bu ko no jele abe fe jele bale ma ko ñi natal be fintila ngi ala ko jele membe je mole men ko ya trust abe fe ñi bu ko no is part of their own delegation if fangon wol tado ñola dembo bay fos ya a fangla ñi natalo ta ka ki moli fa findira social media dote no audio fanan sotole me alon ko is about Halifa Sallah la Sera Kunda. Halifa Sallah la Sera Kunda. But at the end of the day, they ain't called Bejimale Blem Lanina, Talib Ben Suda. In this modern world, sa de jimala kono betal laten. Ba anna la moy pa ibu kurbare so nya du sano jele ko di ndama to fade tele to fade alla la moñi audio la jamba.
Assalamu alaikum bali on tele ñu ci nak Halifa Sallah la konolem Serkunda Mosrot wala be tiñarin ten Halifa Sallah be mol fala dia mol do radio ni television ol to ka fuko atele londo so do mobeti ala londo ay na itandi Serkunda Kolia ni silo ala Mosrot silo men katate fango ya wala mu ñinti ay na dada mol la motol be tiñakan mol la motol be tiñakan mol bu ka silo sotono jang ding jibe bang fo ñi ñatal bang mole carte fayal ñinel la pour kata si télévision do ani radio do kuma ba fola ay na jande da
bari Gambian call. Why you know why I'm laughing here? Tonya fola alakal be ngani yo bendi ku kilo kan. I just received these audios. I didn't see this audio science and mbe jolaten. But before many audio la mola many na fojan science. Halifa Sallah sera kunda ankol la famune la. Nama no fojan science. Halifa Sallah sera kunda ankol se sisoko sino munele ya fa yina kaja. Mafoko ay kodo bonda la poso ko ata manodi dale. Mafoko ay kodo bonda la poso ko na bere wolon ko temore. But I enter kala concern fully about this in Silola, the dilapidated conditions of the roads, the markets, and so many things in his constituency. Naka ko wosi dibide modo. Aka ko kota dibide modo. I biro fast, I biro me alon kabe Kanifing Municipal Council empower. Did anyone ever heard Halifa Saleh talking about anything concerning his constituency in the National Assembly? It's all about constitutional, subsection 1, subsection B. It's all about social bill is unconstitutional, social bill is non-constitutional. It's all about sponsoring bills to the National Assembly. Being in deputy bungo Halifa Saleh and the champion of the year. According to the Local Government Act, government should give this 10% subvention to the local government administration. Biliya jame jamano. Our local government authorities will farm at 10% subvention received from the government, from their budget. For ya baro shita ni santemo. Saka UDP mayor ni council lebe. Wala UDP mayor ni chairman lebe nyaton kayala. Halifa Saleh have never spoken about his constituency. Kafoko, the roads in KMC, the roads in Serakunda should be mended. He have never mentioned anything concerning his constituency. It's all about grammar and big English words. So ankale ala ko jël nañu na kacha science not a message you receive about it. Somebody Gambian call. Mbe audio clean play la jam. Dani mbe duna kacha ñun kono. But lafta badi Gambian call. Na haklo to place to bake. Ba dani la lillahi alay na politician na nyaton call. Many place sort of based on their qualification. It can appoint, it can nominate, it can sindi. Place man ka beti way. Badi Gambia koro alna badi yani teria fasal fana landi karala. Men be place sort ani mantra do call ki kan ne held accountable. Badi Gambia koro. The former governor of URR. Fanta Bojang Samate Mane. Konton sabobe menna. Bojang Samate Mane. Just recently Yatelabay. Which should be condemned by every meaningful Gambians. Which should be condemned by every meaningful Gambian because it's a political move. It has nothing to do with her performance as governor of URR. I have to be honest here. It has nothing to do with her performance as the governor of URR. But one thing for Nambo for a job, she deserved the sack. She deserved. Pulia bay. Because munamu ala Korea ala jamfantunga men cité mol kam men ya saba nyim place soto ala jamfa ay menke me asaba wala saba nyim place soto ana UDP ngol men jamfa ana kam memfo all in the name of what place nyim fanta bojan samate wulu suma be mu UDP lete abadi be mu UDP lete ay nyim place o men soto o ma sabu woli le foro ya faye jongo diata o ma sabu woli ke UDP jamfa because ibadi ngol mi governor ya la say na UDP ke jamala lo ani men denta bante tole fola because Gambia bi safa ko itala ka kibaro fonte. But one person seven to men so me alon ko nyim fanta bojan samate turn her back on him when that man was suffering, when that man was in the hands of the authority, when that man was detained at Mile 2 prison, ani men denta Yankuba Dabo, lawyer Yankuba Dabo. Yes, na lawyer Yankuba Dabo jela post thanking her for her service to the nation. That's okay. Maybe he's trying to be diplomatic here. He's trying to be fair and balanced. But this Fante Bojan Samate turned her back against Yankuba Dabo when Yankuba Dabo joined the 3 years Jordan protest, when Yankuba Dabo was calling for the president, Pulai Lairo Timmandi. This Fante Bojan Samate Mane, I come for Yankuba Dabo Male in a family meeting, in a family gathering. Niya mambo fanang bondilan. Ibe jakala na information osoro nyame. This Fanta Bojan Samate Mane have called Yankuba Bojan names. Point fingers at him. Ako because atala plaso. Yankuba Dabo yanta wale jibela. Iko Obama. Wani Yankuba Bojan Yastafra Obama ni Yankuba Dabo Bama. Wala Obama ni Yankuba Dabo fongle denta. Something like that. Ida Obama ni Yankuba Dabo fongle denta. Wala Obama ni Yankuba Dabo Bama denta. Nina da woltola. Bali ya fonyete. This Fanta Bojan Samate ay family gathering organize le ay family meeting organize le akata family mfana ya akanyine foye ko ate bading lafta atela anola place o diate iyanta UDP abandoned. UDP should be a past. UDP should be the past now. Nyanta nyana UDP la kola. UDP la sa baro sida UDP la sa wonte nyim place so oto UDP ko dem baro fasa momoy baro against la family ko na place lo man die. You see how soon they forget? Yaje la place ko gambe no teriandi nyina dila nyame. Yaje place ko sabu gambe no ko farti nyame. Ali hakatu wandi bamale wandi musole. Ali yaje place ko gambe no nyinandi juna nyame. Ali yaje place ko sabu gambe no ka fan jawoti nyame. Ali yaje place ko na sabu gambe no ka gambe no fon gambe banko jawoti nyame. Yes, Adama Toure, I will never leave people and their family if they are involved in anything that has to do with our daily affairs. Naman dia ye nyaw new. Adama Toure, I will never leave anyone out when they are involved in anything that have to deal with our daily life affairs. Naman dia ye nyaw new. But at the end of the day, where are they? They always hide behind fake profile. Ya jame jamano fake profile. Ya jame fake profile. Ya jame tiji an kabi fake profile. Mo tilindi wala buka jala. Mo kurungo do ngale haketu. Budo ni me fanjeje ye haketu. Ya jame jamano fake profile. Ya jame tara fake profile. Kule beto. But we have great people like Wali Jino on social media. Many of them are unshakable. Nte ajala woni katanyo nyame. And I like and love his humbleness, how he deal with these people on social media. Mbadi ngambi ankolo fanta bojan samari emaje bi mebe abadi wala munyindi bala ko tonya ta fala because ala family members bi fanta bojan la family moma kan support num bi bili na fanta bojan tofa bi maybe they might hate me now, they will start boycotting my show now. Nyem ngambeti badi ya fasa ndeni membo da bakili mfakili abitanke be system okono. They condemn me talking about the government, but ne jabi men mem bama ni fama boda bakilim fakili have asked me to stop talking about people nkai ni te fama ya kembe to fulani nkai nimbinki fama ya famba to fulani what am oma fanya korenki. I'm not trying to be arrogant here, I'm not trying to be rude here, but I want to be passionate and to be truthful to myself. I will never preach what I don't practice. I'm not trying to be rude here. Kafo kongungoli jata wonte. Wala sabon kafo mole ko mo kana njoji na kuma kamala ale njoji mbarola. What if I'm saying here wo mun diamoldi? Ni men be sitting Seattle ale lone, ni men be sitting New York, ni men sitting Texas ale lone. Ale njoji mbara kuola. Not what I said. I have that confidence in myself. Yes, I will continue to do so, Adama Toure. And I'm asking you to stay here. And they block like Mokana block admin Mbal Daniel. Mokana block. You will hear everything today, inshallah. Ni ala sonde bibe mo la jam. Ni te la bibe sino la. Ni se bouton lo ni jam kende ka fay sena wi. Mbadi ngambe nkolo. So billion Fanta Bojan Samate by yes, family members, some good governments, they were all thanking her for her service to motherland or to the motherland. That's okay. But mun place lebe jarla Fanta Bojan Samate ademo UDP commenti maybe UDP cool fanga sabay ni place so saka fu mole UDP abandon. UDP should be the past now. It's about Barrow. Faka family members solta ke sas. Ka foi ko momo mata la place of Faza wala momo e Barrow against at la place of Sokomon diete. Afo family members lo mbe nebe lonne abe mbulo kono ja. Ofo folu mo be jala. But Allah de Maroka. Allah de Maroka. Ala family members ye foro yata. Ye fuar yata ye foro yata wokam. Ye fuar yata ye dankane yata wokam. Yalla nako one day abe bannale. Yalla nako one day abe bannale. Inshallah yalla nako one day abe bannale. Ani wala keta. So mbe duwala e Alaya Dema Kanta Fanta Bojang Samate. You are not our enemy and you will never be our enemy. We love you as a mother, as a sister, as a wife. come back to where you belong to. Yes, Namuele, ye place on a deputy permanent secretary. That's a demotion for her. Permanent secretary in governor level clean. Billy Abundu governor yala and I cannot go permanent secretary. Permanent secretary at our ministries will need a governor level clean. It's a level grade clean. But somebody deputy permanent secretary is a demotion. I hope she will continue to receive the same salary. But the levelness of the position is a demotion for her. But the diplomatic mission will father aside. It become more someone or father aside. But all the general for Belafrin Plus or many more so no. Fabusari Belafrin Ambassador Yala, Masoro Ranakabi. Ahmeji Belafrin Ambassador Yala, Masoro Ranakabi. Lamin Demba Belafrin Ambassador Yala, Masoro Ranakabi. Maimuna says Dabo. The man, Maimuna said, I won't go to 7 on the man, my vocal ambassador. But say, over Gambela, way meaning Fenkella. Lamin said it, the IP expert ni. Menka CCTV camera dida. Way meaning wala sa way baluka wala. Wala moldi bi men ka fa moliko Gambia. Itelam foro di moldi. So mbadi wolo nana ko call be call so da kanne mban nañu audio play quickly nsina dum call ya. Mal nak fo call be insula wala baka I have a lot of audio here. Wana som dan kala fika audio be play kachala commencer dula. So alin so 1 minute la nañu audio play jam. Follow na audio do so da me alon ko a concerned Gambian talking about Kenya so be manyal men ka na balkono mba audio play jam nim video ali la malen haklo mbadi wol.
Once again, this is another Chinese invasion. These are Chinese fishing trawlers out at sea, and they are docked here, and they shouldn't be here. This is not something we should encourage. This is not something the government must accept, and this is something we need to see how best to get rid of, because it's not fair with our environment. It's not good for our country, and this is not the Gambia we want, and this is not the Gambia we pay for. These boats have no business in these creeks, and these boats must be dealt with and taken out of here. The sooner the government of the Gambia sees these boats as a nuisance to our environment, the sooner the government of the Gambia sees these boats as a problem to the country, we have an issue. And the issue we have is we cannot continue to live life and allow these people to come into our shores and do environmental destruction. It's not allowed, it must not be allowed, it must not be condoned, and it must be stopped. This is not what we want. And imagine these people looking at their fishing boats and fishing nets out here, and they happen to be fishing. We should say no to it. They don't belong here. They must not be here. Government of the Gambia, please do something for our people, your people. Feel our pain and know that these boats have no business in these open waters. These are our creeks. This is a place for our biodiversity. This is a place that we don't need these vessels to be in. We have a fishing port. Let them go and dock at the fishing port. Let them pay their dues. They cannot just come and dock out in the open and leave as and when they want to. Thank you.
Mbadi Gambia nkolo. Natra ko audio kensa wala mintinu.
Same here once again. That's another group of boats doing the same thing. Fishing and leaving in the creeks. We don't want these boats to be out here, and we want these boats to be away from this zone. This is a leisure zone. This is for sports fishing, cruising, and the preservation of the Gambian mangrove. We need help, and help we must have. And the Ministry of Fisheries, who are the licensing authority for these vessels, should be out to help the Gambian people.
Mbadi Gambian call sai natra kono audio kenso la munyinti. Wala international sita jang wala jaral sita jang wala soti jam wala bayo sonko benyim fula jam al safako as usual be politika kachala ten. sal nyala video jal faye ñun kulun sifale ñi mam bodan ka ñi mam bonan chare na gambere ina rek gambere ñun kulun ta yi adi daje ye bongol ke ñun kulun ko e katana bal ko ni katana ladinje ale chanyi so fanga be mabo kana pulu ñin camera mano kanata. In fact, there was a time I saw a news something like scarcity of fish at Tangier. Nyowe monkey can Tangier, nyowe dabala faka. These contracts are all signed by Henry Gomez, the Minister of Fishery, under the direction of President Adam Barrow administration. There was a picture circulating from Henry Gomez yele. Chinese official megambe ka invite dinal mento. Ibe kodol men di kai, ibe material men di kai, ibe kodal men di kai in exchange of Gambian less suffering. So an kabe India mo nyem political diamoleti. Mbadna nyum badinta atemeta kolale sina audio do fanan play jami alonko o wadna BBC le entel mafo UDP TV&MEDIA mafo UDP le media platform mafo BBC le afo the British Broadcasting Corporation ñol fan be wuli ala be koyla yes mbading hakadu da najele koy meta kolale bari leftal ñu ka cha after position do da nimbe multala but you are live. Welcome and thank you for calling.
Itronyala, thank you very much. Mbela kachale follow gang, I also want to come in.
Okay, you are live. What be more can I say?
Yes. Sana, you know what is happening in that country. I'm not saying Gambia covering, the government work hand in glove with the Senegalese government, is bad or another. But in another way, you understand, problem is all on us. But Senegal will not get into any agreement. It is not favoring them. There are a lot of problems. Senegal is engineering a lot of contracts. Gambia government is signing it, but it has to be channeled through Senegal. Because right now, this international phone call from Jama BJ, if they want to lobby, they know where to go to.
Yeah.
They channel it via Maki. So that they can have what and the more lebe Gambia many along go le fananka will direct wo nyama amanke komiko will get directly the more lebe Gambia me anko agent le woldi ole ka ko right now if you want to secure this contract or you want this contract to be signed, you have to channel it through Maki. And me alone it all involves money.
Yeah.
So it has to go through Dakar, then the command will come from Dakar to Gambia so that the contract will be signed. So many people don't know it. There are so many issues. Many along they are running behind the scene. Many along Gambia no. Yajale hanin ikanjel mel for them. Ika foko mol president in Brijani. Kujamal be kirim banko ni Gambia along more people are getting frustrated. They are doing it. Amanga komeko ibiketa. They are doing it deliberately to induce anger into people. Prumole fundi. I understand it. We are a but because there is another motive behind that also.
Yeah, because now information mentioned about that digital license plate, like, it's not a government project. It's not a government sponsored project. It's a private business partner or a private business person. Men not our impose government nyingkang. So at the bekodo sodo kanje at the same time masakunda farna muli nyanda mentioned about so leje. So it's like it in a private business or eta. You could left a kajina samman Gambia side. Ni nyanta kala tene sa dunia be kenya kama sakunda a table but based on the siamen so that buluje so it be a profit of make it mental yota yabule posoko so amanga government project it's a private business.
Bro, what is happening in that country is very sad if only people know it. Because right now that they are talking about this natural resource maker oil is found in the Gambia. That is something true. Ni momo ko ka mange tonyali is not telling you the facts. Tonyalam.
Yeah, I think the same thing is happening to the Gateway project. Gambia will be able to see like a Gateway project. Even in the budget, the Gateway project is still going on. It's moving. Senegal is controlling it. Thank you, Todung. Amadou Samba is in between Maki and Barrow in that. Sundu Ture from Bokoro do Makane because Amadou Samba ka Sundu Ture da fande wala. The Gateway project is still going on and it's still bumping. But Gambia no moy Barrow ta.
But Ahmad Sambala issue should not be a surprise to people because Ahmad Sambala jolda balobe lori was wale kam.
Yeah.
So moduna balobe lori menkan. I melong mo melong ke balu wala. Okay. So Makita, what I'm talking about is these are the serious issues, man. People have to put it. People have to start looking into them. You understand?
Yeah.
Right now, issue ni make this Senegal interest munetic so that Gambia will never stabilize. Because if Gambia stabilize, they are not going to achieve their goal. They will never achieve their abelego like comes like you badding flow so wala friend flow so many along fenne be will me along you are interested in it but more flow bele dentala.
Yeah.
So ideal na ni wol kambenda ko reto fe so no so isi meneke no wala mo ibe da males kumo sen la nyola yeke nyo jawodi ibaja la sai safo ko okay sai nyindo stare kan asafo ko okay ni lafta nte sa dila no le isa abola nyama. Right now they will not want Gambians to come together. So the message is left to the Gambians because Gambianolu wole tamila bankoti ni sida ye bulol la nyokang ichahanda. What Senegal is doing is for the benefit of Senegal because Senegal Gambia ana muneketa Gambia what Senegal affect la. So but it will interest movement wala mana ras Gambianol fon lebe nyo fala in Gambia it all they don't care. All what they interest is be mensoro la je. You understand because more be olonne. Senegal will move France la fem koleti just France la president na Senegal abelo ko you are prime minister to the French government. You understand?
Okay, the funny thing is that done it before when Dabo was the vice president. It could file it need to go to the vice president and from the vice president to the office. But there was so many files many is about these contracts and project. It can double officer bypass it. It can assemble straight to Barrow because they know that the moment it reached Dabo's desk, Dabo will be questioning certain things. So, I will not. Yeah, I know you guys will not believe this, but time will tell. Men nada phone nyum kono fana men be diamu kam baro toye nyim be wuro la making the noise akonyoko they have no clue, they have no idea what is going on in State House. La min chamul ten du sa no akal to nyin akoy ni bukalon fami be caring itel nanko de tele baro je dro e sura da kodo mena baro buli asu dong they don't know anything that is going on behind the scene. The system is controlled by Alaji Cisse, the chief protocol officer, Usman Sow, Sidi Njai, Fenke Se Omar Faye, the defense minister, and in Fenke Ahmad Ba.
And do you know that those people are working hand in hand with Maki? Because like the problem is, well, they more let many along going well, they have no clue in governance or governance procedure.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
How governance work. Alaji Cisse make up for protocols da malelo. Government na policy ni fenkol katawanya. You understand? So these people are relying on Maki. Maki be Mako kane. So Maki also is capitalizing. You understand? To do all what he wants, all what he needs. It will be sooner even Yanni men and Jamme Bulunu, Green Jamel Tama, Master no Yabe Loringakan. Be was Silo Yelte, so calling a capitalized. I remember what we will do is we will be putting pressure on the citizen. So we are going to play intimidating tactics. He come for the mal better la kapar in your kamale. So it will better la how and your cane, the mal better la sonkala, so will be left mena. So maybe you will wake up for the you understand.
Yeah.
Well, I am afraid Nim Gamenol may Akilodino will lose that because there was a time we come along for oil company you go to let me observe the first one come here observe the man fentaraje. It's all bunch of lies.
Yeah.
You understand? People have to experts and the well-meaning Gambians should have to start doing their own personal researches because Gambia Fanantambita wala say we have a lot of individual many along they are expertise on that area. You understand?
This is why I care about this 2021 election is a do or die situation for us as a country.
And let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Maki will do everything to see that I Barrow maintain here because the problem is now I'm Barrow Soroje.
Yeah.
Abela even Barrow Monkey J. Let somebody come along about manipulate no come saka Barrow manipulate because Alan Dabo he cannot do that. Dabo is a responsible person.
Yeah.
Because Senegalese they are very intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before they deal with you, they have to study you first. I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised if Maki knows not. If somebody tell me Maki knows something about it because he might advise this man Emmanuel Bondira government they are going to undermine you. Which is not the reality. The thing is
ni manual bondi la government kon de la government kon ta soto because that is a man of principle.
Yeah.
So this is it. But because more be share and
yes, thank you so much. Yeah, inshallah. It's not all about ala better. We must get up na diama watola na decision make. Nambe kala wake. Because even our law enforcing officers all, na police all, na PIU, the anti-crime, they are not learning from the TRRC. They are not learning. Yama TRRC is going to be a bogus commission. Itembi, another TRC and Itembi Gambino and Telem Bakling Fakling Ganyo Faza. What are we caring? So it's gonna be a do or die situation for us. I don't tell Gambino Leburu. So biding Gambian call another when you order quickly, then in be call a daughter.
Much indeed, and have a good evening. Now, the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic have been felt in many households across the Gambia. In a country where many live from hand to mouth, the declaration of a state of emergency by the government of Adama Barrow is making life harder for the vulnerable. So how are these or those struggling to make ends meet coping? Omar Wali now reports.
These are tough times for many Gambians, especially those in the informal economy and those in what are deemed as non-essential businesses. Most people here live on the poverty line, according to the World Bank. Gambians in diaspora and some philanthropists have been assisting the needy with food items, but that support only really reaches those within Banjul and its surroundings. Many are still finding it difficult to feed their families. I spoke to some residents of Banjul.
We the poor are suffering. So many places are closed. How can we, the less privileged, take care of our families? We are all worried. And the population here, majority of them are poor. We survived from hands to mouth. We can't save anything.
The market is hard. I used to go to the market with $150, which is about $40. Now, even if you go with $200, you cannot get what you want. The price of fish and groundnuts is very expensive. We, the women, are the ones bearing the biggest brunt of this pandemic.
I have a donkey cart and collect garbage to make a living, but that is no more booming. My family is without food today. My relatives had to assist me with $50 to prepare food for my family. The government is doing very little for us, and they did not stand with the poor in this difficult period.
The main opposition United Democratic Party initiated a national food bank program to provide food to the needy, especially those in the remote parts of the country. Usainu Jabo is the party leader.
With the declaration of state of emergency, we thought that it is absolutely necessary to have food bank into which could be deposited food in kind or what could purchase food for distribution amongst the needy and the vulnerable.
Like the United Democratic Party, other opposition parties have also been out supporting Gambians with food and other basic needs. Among them is the Gambia Democratic Congress and the former ruling Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, APRC. Since the Gambia registered its first case of COVID-19 on March 29, major businesses have been suffering. Hatib Jane is a businessman. He recently invested millions of dollars in a new hotel, but the pandemic kicked in before the hotel could open its doors.
The new hotel, we spent like $2 million and we just finished it, thinking of starting to get our money back, and then here comes the corona. I have Seaview and I have Bamboo Garden and I have Bamboo Village, and all of them are now, so 90% of the staff are out of job. As we speak now, I'm not making $1.
All the major businesses are also feeling the pinch of the pandemic. The Emporium is one of the biggest family businesses in the country. It deals with textiles and construction. Leila Diab is one of their managers.
Our sales have definitely dropped, and I don't see this as anything unusual because this is a global effect. As a result, we've had to make a lot of adjustments. We shut down for a period of time. We have reopened now with shorter hours, and we've had to maintain the same overheads and the same staff. There is a financial impact. We don't have the option to relieve them from work because it is a non-starter for us. Apart from financial impact, I think running the business under these circumstances is very challenging.
And that's Leila Diab there, ending that report by Omar Wali in the Gambia. Finally, Finally tonight.
So mbadi ngambe on call alfanga nyimoele is from you people on the ground there. So I'll complain obula ali wasi ol bula ali diamol bula ali kulke men wajibu yatalma. Al kuke me alon ko wol nyantal fango tankala yantal fanga nyanto tala ali mutal bultan flora. Al wuli ala on destiny contre mbadi ngambe on call. No tale diamo bula. It's simple as that. Al wuli as responsible citizens, al wuli as bona fide citizens of the country. Al wuli kom atale ni mol sindi min nyanta kelal mal yake. At depend atale bula ali what is the best way forward. So mbadi ngambe on call is either now or never. That's it. Mbena admin la attention o kumandi la jang. Admins men be mfe jang. I know Fasila say you are here, Jarai. Okay, Kendo, whoever is watching and you are an admin, it's time to block that Momodu Gomas. I think he have overstayed his time. I think he have overstayed his time. So now block his ass. Arrange Momodu Gomez nim block. Now we can move forward. I enter men mola atula moile abutonga nyantalo la watu mena lotale. Sa mbal danila admins if you are with me. Momodu Gomez ala block. Let's move forward. Mbadi ngambi nkolu. Nali nanyung audio fanen play quickly. Maybe I nemon topico nyin kachana bala se audio nyin la moy menkara barola plano de pulka campaign against the draft constitution and then sina call ta dani programme nyimbe banna nimman nyin kuwa kachano bi mba kachala in our next program nyin tol. But according to kibarol men labanda findila teng right now about babala buntungo babala initiative for menkara babala buntungo a non-political one for that matter have donated to Banjul City Council pour men nyanta dila Banjul kola mbadi ngambe encore wallahi mben nyola nene kandro bante ala o nena la nyo nanyo nakare jambante ala nakare la nyo baro mansa kunda the government of the Gambian people, the government for all Gambians ayanta nyina kala num manolu makoro yana tambila na mayor ni na chairman la bulokono makoro nyanta tambila na councilor ni na governor la bulokono but not yai compinol papa compinol wo sungol sun kesol yamola mano ta ya ber sunya sun kosol yamola tulol ni na jabol be suna wo sun kesol yana kodol be sunya covid-19 na kewani scientema mendun da Gambia sa de kono is more than $3 billion ma fale million de $billion a better la fanya kenson kon but inshallah covid-19 na kodo fuaro la kodo badole la kodol men be jihadiring right now tarol wata domala wo nyama ay wati ni ma jonyin dunia iba jola rakilala and ya jonyin dunia wala ma fisar moti they will pay for it in one way or the other sooner or later. I have no doubt about that. Now mo ko Fafa Sanya the minister and Maburinja the minister they are COVID negative now. They came out about COVID-19 waka faro da malfa Gambia baka fanka malbatani. This is just a tip of the iceberg for them. Inshallah they will pay for it. Ya faro la kodomenta. So the United Democratic Party COVID-19 Response Committee donates extensive food items to the Banjul City Council. The party leader and Secretary General of the United Democratic Party, His Excellency Lawyer Usenu Dabo, and team yesterday donated 300 bags of 30 kilogram rice, 100 bags of 50 kilogram rice, and 30 bags of 50 kilogram sugar to the Banjul City Council. The mayor and her team received the donated food packages on behalf of the City Council and the people of Banjul. The mayor, Rohi Malik Law, aka Bull Banjul, thanked the UDP party leader and team for such a timely support. And they also assured them that the food packages will be undoubtedly reach the most vulnerable families in the city, irrespective of political, social, ethnic, and religious affiliation. So, Rohi Malik Law, together, we can suppress the spread of COVID-19 in the Gambia, which we have no doubt that Rohi Malik Law ni mano dita walla abe tamala nyamale abe fitala nyamale. We have no doubt that Rohi Malik Law anina mayor men kapto Talib Bensouda anina chairman men be Birkama Area Council the so-called Sirifo Adama Baro me alon ko fam mamela tabe chairman yala ani men fitata kunta wur ibe fitala mol mali yanta fitala nyame because ya di mol men alon ko wolle mol la situation lo ya di mol men alon ko wolle yalo jumal be batadi jumal le foda o ya di mola la men yalon ko wala yalon the most affected areas on men yanda sorola ma ko do ka jitene the grassroots level ayta wala ya ayta mola men yalon ko they are connected with the grassroots level, they are connected with the local people, they are connected with the people men yalon ko lebe suffer ka most. So there's no way that ko ba ñun do ata ñawonya ba ñun warata ñawonya ibebe ñi mano filale in one way or the other. KMC warata ñawonya mo sara ñawonya mano men didira ibebe a filale. Birka man ko atal damal tayente dewnde. Birka man ko ali haketo al damal tayende. Alle meyo wala le chiamano. Wada malen dew na ma lo al singola. Birka man ko alla jada bala buluje. So mbadi Gambian ko alna la moy ñing audio la menketa baro la plan wodi ibe menke kan against the draft constitution because it telling personal belief so ko baro e constitutional review commission water mena nyaton ko tumbalje ulenta do ko kala baro la Gambian, we have to get away with this mentality mansala kodo mansala plaso ani sarale nyaso de ko mansala kodo lem ya plaso so mansala plaso lem they san malafi to go back forward but nim funding ke do agreement no so janne about ko do la ay telephone ke jam. Immediately after the show, one day after the show, he called and apologized to me. Amanjare na kumonyi mfoja, amanjare na mani put on the spot. But he called and personally apologized to me. Kaya memfa fota fele, abe kam fari in the drum. But na platform aka follow le sutatili, nka fen foja nga kaje la kakele, nka kumoja man foja ntonyale. So maybe he was doing that for a purpose, which I really appreciate. And I make it clear to him that apologies accepted. Bygones be bygones. I forget it about everything. As long as I tell a call, I apologize. I can't remember for life on the platform. I'm going to put me along. I can't for sense make. So fasarol mbole bulala nyim fanku ya mbole bulala. Yes. Ni mo ku kendo ke ala kende yafo. Ba na ku jaw fana ko mbo foka. That doesn't mean that ko ku kendo men kete o mak ataku jaw kelo no konenge. It doesn't mean that ku kendo men kete no atakala mo jawde konenge. And wala gambe no batandi. For example bi ibitang ayeso musola. Ala ni mo yeso musola ayeso fengo bela. Ibitang ayeso musola. Salbateri yobe salbateri yala sanji tanim feng. Suba ya kulo jani. Yena ya so musola. Oba fula ko mbitang de ko bene kena. Wo fi abitang te jawela. Ba ni le bitang na taka moti membe do ko la mansa kunda ko na ko do sunya wala involve ko ko. Ni mo da fe ko bitang is a very nice person. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. What I'm number audio play that in for the sound and correct. Someone is telling me to play the audio. You are very right.
Yo, Mohamed Fati, content the back. It may explain as senatale. Memo baroye kodo bondi pour constitution kuto e dada loi kuto le dada. Bari nyile menke itata yela fansung planol ke itel karanalu pour ka baro da bondi kokono. So nyem baro 2021 del ngawole je del bena nga registration okay pour baro kana loi kuto nyin sign wo mo number 1 le 2 del
Mbadi Gambian Kola Aliajel, how ignorant is this guy? Is this a Gambian? Harema dingola munyinte jelo ka bode nyin jaado kono laba. Ako baro ya kodo le bondi adi pour constitutional review commission lo. So kodo men spenta nan constitutional review commission ko ndo baro tam. Nkale Gambian oje. Gambian ka diamu tende. Mona ko na hakilo. But follow na be diamula. Yalon follow na be ngango wala wulu abe ngango wala kamera ka ngango menka nyon wulo le modi. Wulo anya harma dingo jaba ngango wala ka akamera la wulu kango harma dingo nyeno wo emwele. Wana ka ngango wulu kango ka. Na lo ngo akam ngango harma dingo bukango. Ali amna wulo be ngango wala da ngango wala. Ni mol bu mo si falete. They think people are dumb and stupid as they are. Baro e kodo la bondi adi kafola pour les constitutional dida. Baro ta mo koloti. Baro mon ko kodo bodulalo. No, aja Nyima Lamin Jaji. I don't think there should be a question like whether he's a true son of the Gambia. He's just dumb and stupid. He's just stupid. Akerosola banta mo jawala dromad. He's just a wicked person like Baro. Ikafu mo ko Baro la kodo. ni lafta men fama bondi landa ko alman kana o faja barola kodo jimala nyim moti dani be kontena kanyu audio play mbadana mane na talo tanda la jam atlebe loring coach Pasamba Jawni Usenu Mbenga Tematen. This was in 2015 in New York when we were protesting across the street in front of the hotel Yaja Benundiame. This was my last protest attend in New York City. This was the protest Mayor Lonko at the Fala Balde the Malik Mbai of APRC. Remember na Atlanta Kebe do na nyola because ni speaker babulu nga be Yaja men nenkan jola akangola. Nteni Bakar Jarju ntela duntani Malik Mbai tema. It was at this protest that Mayor Lonko Keba Diba Tala Alma Kafrani ni Makala anala GRTS camera natalo mol kunto ikobe mol video la. It was at the same protest me alonko Ali Momar Njai, the son of the chairman of IEC, another bogus fellow nataje akaka mune kemoli reconciliation. It was immediately after this protest that ko Ali Momar Njai aning fenke Per Mendi member embassy to in DC aning fenke nying Foreign Minister Tangara yening Falai Baldeta ya convince pour join APRC. Falai Balde will kadiamutem. Falai Balde of all people. Falai Balde mealonko in a full conference call mbeje Usenu Mbenga beje Bakar Jarju beje and so many prominent people in the struggle or conference sort of mbeje Falai Balde ko na fata ikana fro samba Gambia akwesta bade New Jersey Falai Balde ofonu. That was the time when Ya Jame denied the entry of former Minister of Sport Buba Balde la dead body prata Gambia. Otamone Falai Balde akafu mole ko nenda fanam fata jang alkanam fro samba Gambia alin samba ali mbale New Jersey afele Falai Balde ali aja Falai Balde jang kilina ko denke anin jimala be jam Falai Balde pa Seku Kujabi Sehu Mbalo anin jima Esa Bokarsi at the Falai Balde kilo nkali aje jane in that protest in New York I placard memuda Falai Balde kilo nyina ndi time ote mealon ko ya sound APRC ya samba to the embassy in DC I meeting also with Per Mendi and in the ambassador then wala mjimati ni Se Omar Faye lebe hafta no konante na foba kumoro janten wala Per Mendi ti wala be sirinte Per Mendi wala be sirinte ten. This one was in New York City in the Bronx ya samba Gambian Hall Dolto programul kataje inataje yani ya introduce katandi molako ata sound APRC Falai Balde be ten ke jamu babalo tengole mu fenketi Per Mendi time Per Mendi was a protocol officer nyim Per Mendi wala ko lo Gambia ka fu mo le ko ya jamila sabata dunta pleno kon wana be ya jami fasaka ya jamila ta sabata dunta pleno kon ate fe pleno dungo mu ku balete jimala babala tena me o fantum dum wala Sehu Mbalote bi nyi nebe diamu kan Gambia bi nyi ne ko Gambia nol wana Gambia nol kala ko you will be too dumb to listen to these peoples ale haketo asaka bulu kubari na ka Falai Balde ni Sehu Mbalo la kumola la moy. So one of these pictures for this was the reconciliation on Yinke and Omar Tangara tema because anin Tangara nyina issue sort of protest bla fangotole. It was at that protest me alonko Bakar Jarju ka be Tangara butela the Minister of Foreign Affairs at that time. Then after Tangara naraken ambassador to the United Nations. So Falai Balde bi wala ka diamuten ako ya jamelo kodo astafra ako baro la kodo ala hakidum baado nar jele mo jamal be correction ke kan nyinata namra bi limba fala ko the Minister of Fishery I said Henry Gomez instead pour ka foko James Gomez So I'll have to wala. And thank you all for the correction. Najile mojama be correct it's not Henry Gomez, but James Gomez. Yes. Maybe that was a slip of the tongue because I know James Gomez, the former mayor of Banjul, is now the Minister of Fishery. Allah baraka for the correction. So I'll not continue kala mo audio la. Falai Balde be diam kanjame. Falai Balde, for your information right now, is the Secretary General of the Council of Elders for President Barrow. Kebal Farano Mafia Kafome Yalo, Ika command the Council of Elders for President Barrow. Atelemu wo Kafola Secretary General. Falai Balde of all people. Barrow wala Barrow ta ko kula way.
Meli alonko ndelle mu fentangol ten ndelle mu senelal ten ndelle be santoto ndel nyantam fanjela kafo nying ay londi pour sama kamma neatra opposition party olu melni Barrow denta sama neatuta fo electiono sumanta dol si bono Barrow yale ye saun karadola because moma miranum fo my fati si bo Barrow ya bari anata boje atata lo afaye so modo fanansi okeno so ndel dum Barrow la mararo koto del ngaju be ko Cairo be kering banko be tenkunding siol be denta ka Barrow tombong wolo montella lonkangote Barrow 2021 so amanke coming del
so mbadi Gambian call bawo Barrow la mararo kono Cairo be kering tenkum be kering that's it. For example, doko moda mal Cairo be kering tenkum be kering development manyana kera. You see how stupid is this man again? Ba president no be sirim banko kan Cairo be sabati nje tenkum be kering, that's all. For Barrow Cairo sabati nindeleba. Gambian will fought for that Cairo. Gambian will fought for that one Gambia, one nation, one people. Gambians fought for that new Gambia. So president when we Cairo sabati nde banko kan drong. That's it. In fact, President Barrow doesn't have the power and the authority to makam ko Gambia kam. Ya jamele yake because muso jar mansa kundale. Ya jamele yake muso jar mansa kundale. Ya jamele yake we kidole sika. Lessons are learned. It is never again in the Gambia. For nation that the Gambia because I come for tomorrow na ka baramen. Alma ko mandia. But it is never again in the Gambia. Mo fa obanta Gambia, mo bute obanta Gambia. Mo nyanta ka disappear obanta Gambia. Kata mo no make torment politically obanta Gambia. For no to that Gambia no bulu. So Cairo be sabatering, but Gambians near Cairo so banko kaso wala mindi ko banko nin Cairo beje kurama manyana dila Gambian ole koy al manyana jio sodola alla nyanto manyana dila la ko dol men kadunga la banko kal tulol ke mo yala dolje al manyana no lunda dame al manyana filla al manyana benefit la directly from those those project ma fale indirectly de alla right lemo alla constitutional right lem to benefit directly from those projects. So Gambian nko nyene mfanka fa Gambia mkara banko wala sabu man say fon fel la ka bedara nyato ko fon fel la ka bedara because Gambia mu kayra molede wo nyin topic kilo en ko la emphasize ke bal ya emphasize kawani la ya emphasize Cairo fem yes Cairo diatale Cairo fem man diat but Cairo man min ko you should die in silence. Cairo man min ko you should suffer in silence. Cairo man min ko you should be buried alive.
Be MPP against la bari ning julobula duma anen julobula santo abe mo pour ye julo soto dron yo so wolomo bari fanan lamen seidi compita babulo ndel lafta lon na le momo e Barrow support sandoto grupolo ye register ndel koto ni register ta fa pareta même man ID card soto même man voters card soto del salon no men la ID card janita o affilita del salon bayni nyimbe mu kuleti we abay ite Barrow support no la nabe na ya bentum o raliol to tulun ni jelwe ke mole janjang hani même important de nyinto ndel nga Barrow sembentu ya pour ayala do ko complete wala tin nantel be lota pour kaaje ko nyinko eke nyim Barrow 2021 mu wolati constitution no man beteya because iko ning mo fama awuluta jam bari ala musoma wulu jam awuluta Senegal o Guinée itete ID card sotonola ite voters card kenola o neatra hane amari wuluta nyimbanko kan na mari wuluta Banjul lopitan o Bansang ni la wululal ma wulu jang itete kayti sotola so Gambia be natale a fula bang a mandinka bang a jola bang a serel bang
nyemo dox daje dulalete sa ne ko ibe wokela amunta ko itelu ilafta molle talala UDP itel do ye la registration okele because ye kodo nyinen tubabu du kabren serum korda ye 450 dila kun wo kun 450 ye la registration o be kele itel ye bandi ye dol bonni fo dabola o na do nyin kabra be bola tubabu du ye mol bondi fo Guinea Bissau fo Casamance ibe mel nata gelgele Tanzania fula wala nata nyilbe.
So this kind of people ale hakadum badi ngambe nkolo almem moy wala man long men albin lon na wala say they don't deserve a respect and nyimol they don't deserve anyone to respect them fala balde non keba wulo fala balde non keba wulo non keba kurumo anyon keba hasido. The likes of fala balde they don't deserve to live. The likes of Fala Balde, they don't deserve to live. But I told the government all about. Ibali fe Gambia, inalbe benna sate ol kono. Ye hoslo ke New York foi batata. Ifu sal be bantajam. Saying, alla place ndingol mi alon ko foi matel si. The vacant position mi alon ko matel fon si Gambia. Ko ndingol mi alon ko matel si. Ibe fele right now. Ikamda nisi kumba e buoje. Inalbe nyo sabara la Gambia. Fa Busane, Maimuna Sise Dabo, Lamin Tunkara, Lamin Demba, Fala Balde, Sehu Mbaro, Lamin Ardabo, ibe nyina la Gambia bi. Place ndi o mi ankolo to datal buluje alenta dila la de pulalia asota finally inalbe nyo sabaka on fola. Now Lamin Tunkara is down there occupying the office of Deputy Director of Gamtel. Maimuna Sise Dabo hayna na woni Lamin Sedi. Ni Lamin Sedi na kayanta haklo tulade anu ni Lamin Sedi abe Gambeji ana musuna badu ngol lebeje ani mbe siring aka kuru sa ko men dila iba teku lebe bulo dila la silo ka iba mera nyonde ni Lamin Sedi Gambe no la sofaring sudati la bulo baka ba ni Lamin Sedi anda haklo tula bakere na wallahi man ni ko ka men ko sodo kola fo kuya dia kola alma be tangala akamte fele nyam nan dia nene. But Fala Balde wala ko man tele jakal al New York ko nyini ka men be sirim bronze ntela lo njumalam Fala Balde Sehu Mbalo ntela wala mu njumalati Sehu Mbalo mi alon ko bilalo fanko Baro is the leader of the coalition government wala ngala astop ka Baro support ako Baro mu jongolti. He campaigned for APRC and impanderi mbaynyon. During the National Assembly election they campaigned for GDC. In fact they were causing distraction during the National Assembly election saying that tsunami is coming. GDC is sweeping the bulls. This man is more than dumped. No afofana. This man is more than dumped. But I told you Gambeno le bulude al kungo kanji. Yes, nka ni kuya soto le nyina Gambe jabe nyame alla kuwa kambala fa. But at the end of the day, atele ba kala mutakanje atele be hit nim feel kanje al kungo kanje. The diaspora Gambe na homeless so. Waka na sasa katale ptano role ya jara free of charge. The diaspora Gambia même fo mom koda soro aka free food soro le al america lo nyinga menem food stamp di ba fulale le menem EBT di ba fulale alta france lo nyinga anglais le ba fulale menem welfare ni ma soro masakunda ka dilal ba tel na ma soro ni ma ba dilal ni masakunda de ale wole before it is too late. It is already too late for you Gambians, but you can never say never. Ale wole ala on destiny control alta ala muto la jedra nen tasaba wuri do ala bedar al ku kanje wala sabu mbedu wala alma covid-19 ye money transfer agent fanan close wala fanan close ani karasaba money transfer agent ye close ni close ta men kebe diaspora fembo ka kino mbadi ndi wona boñol men na musol be Gambia fembo ka kino men keñol be Gambia fembo ka kino. At least ni COVID-19 money gramol ni Western Union ni money transfer bundal fanan soro for 3 months. Mota fla le wuli. Albi wulla wat albi wulla mota fla le wuli. Albi wulla by and force. So the Fala Balde of all people, now the Council of Elders for President Barrow, maybe Kubuka Dumoro, say I tell Barrow for 21. It tell Barrow for 21. Lafta audio jama le play ba nano kola be dun kanane na kola ta don sa programme o fenka wala. Yes, Papa Sa.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Sala.
Ini mbala fama ni kana, but it's good to hear from you.
Akedo wote bole bolo bakandiri.
Nko nyin simodo yin kam wala ela ko fang mbakalo mbada la damani mbala bana dalen.
Baro lafta heart attack la dilla Gambian la, you know?
Yeah, it's very painful, you know? And very frustrating.
Yeah, it's really frustrating, and akoliata the molba bataring, especially during this COVID-19. You know? Yeah, no program on Mbala Moy like a mamol be control. Can I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead. You are itasu.
Yeah, thank you. You know, left to comment now whether you touch some very important basis. You know, when you come, especially on the fishing and in resources. You know, I just want to ask the National Assembly, can they call on Minister of Fishing Kanyininka about this Chinese boats, what they are doing in the Gambian water?
Yeah, they did before. I remember he appeared in front of them. That was the time some of them even asked him, "Ika European, ika Chinese will charge me na per ton, ika tuna fish me money na bakono, and the European Union. So another like money ta be blah code yata. That's it. They never make a follow up again."
Yeah, but recently we all see what's going on Facebook.
Yes.
There was a person, then I'm married one, but man of la tofola. During around just showing how the Chinese boats are everywhere in the River Gambia, not docking at the main ports, because at the main ports, what time only they can pay taxes.
Yes.
If they dock over there, I think somebody need to do some investigation to see what's going on that end.
Exactly.
Because it's really devastating, especially the people in the Gambia. Local fishermen are having trouble in the Gambia.
Yeah.
They're not having enough fish, and the market also is, you know, it's a problem to have even a decent meal. You know.
Yeah,
because of this.
Musodo inbox Duma. Right now, Nyewo is the most expensive food. Commodity in the Gambia. Men nyewo me alcohol da dia fonga be ako fish o mumu solta kata mar sotole ako nyewo now is the most expensive food commodities right now.
Yeah, you know, I'm investing into fishing because na fishing boat Sunday na the Gambian young men for them to have a job. But it telephone come for ko nyewo for can men na fina molka and euro before they even get to sea. You know, to put everything ka bilita galbulo at the price of certain price we naga advise go alkana wafi, you know, to the Chinese people or anybody, sell it to the local market women melkanyol wafi. You know, but it's really disturbing. It's really disturbing, especially this time of COVID-19.
Yeah.
For Gambians to experience something like this, because
yeah.
You know, it is really disturbing. So that's one of the things that if we can put any pressure on the National Assembly members for them to find out what's going on with James Gomez, because James Gomez is having I can say dinner or party with these Chinese companies. We all see that what happened last 2 weeks ago on Facebook.
Yes.
You know, he was sitting down in a restaurant having meal with the Chinese companies. You know, with the Chinese people. So that's a conflict of interest. You know, that means there's something going on which Gambians don't know about. A minister, a public a servant don't have to do any act like that. It's against law. It's against law. You know, so I hope we can do something to put pressure on some whatever community is responsible for the Ministry of Fishing to call the ministry for a question to find out what's going on with these Chinese boats docking in our river without paying taxes. You know, because they're saying that they need to dock at ports. That way they can pay taxes. Taxes is very important. They have to pay taxes. You know. You know. Yeah, but Kachani Indiata, you know, I just want to come in on that and just to comment about that fishing boat member.
Yeah, that's a very we are the ones we can call our deputy also. Momo you're a deputy on it, be whether you are in the diaspora or you have family members in the Gambia. It's sometimes very sad if I got underground I am a deputy phone number. Some of them they don't even know who is their representative in the National Assembly.
Representative, absolutely, it's really sad. And then also I come in for about Fanta Bojang Samate about Baymen, you know, all this. Talk about it because Yalo Batani Gambia until I'm a Samaritan, but I don't care if my brother do something wrong and he's working for the public.
Yeah.
Your work is to serve the public, not to serve yourself.
Yeah.
Self-interest na Gambian politics is killing us. So talk about whatever she's doing, whatever she did during battle time, the family have to support her because of she's the governor. Who cares about that? Do your job.
Yep.
What you need to do is do your job. Do your job accordingly.
Yep.
That's what matters. I mean, we got a lot of work to do in the Gambia. There's a lot of things going on right now, especially with this COVID-19. People are struggling in Gambia. People are suffering in Gambia. But because we have selfish Gambians that forget the past. We forget what we went through for the past 22 years in the Gambia. We forget too soon.
Too soon. No. But I'm taunte yalman tara Kenya because fade hejud fi. Mr. Samo den tanyina lono nyimbela ten side. Ndama taunte yalman kayandro.
It's sad. It's really sad. Just imagine this last few months ago, they gave Gambia $21 million for the COVID-19. IMF gave Barrow $21 million, not dollars.
Yes.
More in Gambia. Nobody is talking about that.
It was not announced over the radio. It was not announced over the GRTS because now for the Bankudul Balonale as new social media design, new technology design, motor amoelafa.
Yeah, it's really sad, Sana. I mean, these people are using this COVID-19 for their own self-interest, and Barrow is campaigning during this time of this COVID-19, and his people are doing whatever they want to do, and nobody is objecting them. Nobody. Nobody is holding them accountable, and which is not right. It's really sad what's going on in the Gambia. Really.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we will pay the price.
Thank you. I just want to chip in.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Abaraka, thank you for your time. Thank you. That's our brother Papa Sam, aka Lamin Shamate, Mbatentula Mbajaila like Taimola. And in whatever call killer and information or share with us. We really appreciate it. So Lamin Bedan Lamina don't kakala farmer time to time ila contribution aka bete abagele. I remember for them body in Gambian Kolu, not only in the Gambia, but this is how it works even in the Western world. Right now, being American left men, they cannot get directly to the president. They cannot get direct to the White House. They go through their senators. They go through their representatives in the Congress. Ikata wolela official nyati ngole protest. Ika later on less of a phone calls all. If they send letters, Iman respond. Phone calls all, Iman respond. The next thing, they will go in front of their houses or their offices also. But unfortunately, right now, Bimbari ndi wanyani ninga welingara jimala mal dividodi all maybe wearing is all on is under all you or to fiam ta damanin ablashi je mobe olen. But more than any only ninga kiango do yenye ninga dipitole ta to for no. Not to talk about having their dipitole number. Okay, Mbading member call kick from UK. Todima. Yes, Mbading, UK, even life la jumalemu. Hello. Okay. Mustafa
Sanyan sana.
Mustafa Sanyan, thank you Mustafa. Even life la mo de mo kane.
Yeah.
Abaraka time for Abaraka.
Yeah, so mimi ye ron dole na dibite lo ne ka molto ye bakale de dole na dibite mu fake ba ko li la ni no
ko e bote jande
nga mu kulte di wol ya on sare
e so eten faado camera den dibite wala ni moñina faado camera fana dibite on fa bakare ko le fa ke ba ko le de
juma faado camera juma
faado camera faado network.
Okay. Yeah, KWS, you know.
Yeah. Okay. It's good that you let it all on it.
Yeah. So mimbi ye drone like Gambian or dollar bawula drone and do okay, I understand it.
Yeah.
Multinational outside the country like Senegal or other country, mimbi na kanantol la banko liberated. I understand. And then mimbi ye, you can mean for like Peter Lee. The better support, I understand. You know, like after you know, uncle for na brother go Hassan boy, I can uncle. No, you can be for them fact, you know, understand. You can for the mole margin, I understand. So you are into the moment, you know, you have a bank do well. But don't Gambian, near to the moment, You understand? Why so many that do ma blockers there. So now be kind of what right I believe for the right fact, you know. You understand? So I mean be ntol banko ka mol buka baluo fongo soto no e ba min fongo effort la pour ka dama ñew mi mu ñew di tialo abuka soto no. You understand? Tialo buka soto no Gambia mol tialo mu $15. Tol tiali sol ban na ba ko ne ba mun na je fo nobody knows. Na ba ya beti nya mol buli no. Ote mo sanan tol la dindi ya wato ko non kata ba ko badala boy tialo boy. Nga black you understand? Ni fulno fon so da fa ma yakulu so o ya understand le bu go de bu fulno be bu yeda ni embusi fi ngo boy ka fandi nyola boy na ta o mi ya pepe support sana bi o buka so do last year ndara tanje badala ni murkili ka fe 1500 ko yo muna wakeri fo nyin aka bona Senegal fo muna iko nyo buka so do sai no billahi wala kala sa
yeah nyew mi alan ko it's a natural thing aka ala ko le mi alan kay mol sola yenda bolna ba ko no ayna o fon kada pro mo design thanks to baro masakunda
so same thing you mol min botona America ten dollar UK jan million ko yela na be ke ma first to no you understand atulla alberto ko no min fana hosul kan Gambia je pour ya employ wol kata je ko do ko talbul wol na di amadole audio dali wala moy
thank you e bola jere
ni okay comme ko like Gambinol ninkelo bakeri ka fla yi diaspora
ani Gambinol kanela moy o mole la ko denka Gambinol kanela moy wolle be bulo ko se be maymuna si dabuta dawde yelo ay la moy bulo ko say lamin tun kata dawda lamin tun kata be North Carolina jang America sanje jelu al kal ko be America jang sanje jelu wol be pagi kata si kala place ni wol fa ngata buru ay kana fa ngal
no exactly
Gambero ma ko mo dia
tinda fo mo da kay ñu government won ten yi control diaspora ko kata ya fronto la lay don kam paro against 2018 January ko nante mbo baroto because ngala na ko this man is out of it ñu mano entol betrayal already nga fo mo jemale ka fa ñay dafa koronto le kay bo moto no ngo ñu ñi yimbe bola banko belta mol betray baro Moscow 2021 do or die and then diaspora say kana to lelkam al ngata nga kelo kana banko ngata nga election okay den nga se na baro wuli den tol senten ni baro bona je kay ko ni al nga si nga pound sol ni na dollar bindi boy ya understand mo do mi so nga ki home je ta si diga mi fo ni atre ko mi la kelo ke 2021 year tam baro man bondi al malen tan kawala bondi o keda ay pound sol ni dollar tita euro tita la every week you find for people iga minja min kana na Facebook ya understand la fedala outside treatment
yeah every day
just one even 2
alma sutro mela but I have to be honest here until we damage right now we are frustrated you know call men receive de malola carola ndabe damage say alma sutro mela dro
Gambia kay ko ni do kolam
just yesterday I received a list of 25 Gambianol funding kol me alongo yela liso le kinyana iko plu ne ma ko be ID card so la no nyame ndi Gambia can we be keeping on doing this ID card GoFundMe, Jararo, Leptan Kaito, Boru Sango. Puladan ko alma COVID-19 go money transfer agent do fanan soron damandi. Gameno do wulale. So ale hakke dum badu na broda nyina abe Angleterre fana yalla Gambia balem dro when it comes to network. So le network ko be jam kanne mala be dame so on sa de bula na modota. Na yiko kola de mabe dunanka. But alin so 1 minute la mole be jame question on nyininka ika fay ko Hassan Jallow Halifa Sallah support la modi Hassan Jallow ko brother how is Halifa a distraction because my headline says Halifa is a distraction and a noise maker so maybe I headline on you I don't multi men join and say Hassan Jallow for your information if you are watching thank you so much for joining and thank you for asking such a question you will get a right answer for it ako brother how is Halifa a distraction I think our political difference shouldn't warrant us labeling our patriotic leaders such name. The world is moving and the Gambia is going backwards. Let us discuss on policies and programs rather than attacking personalities. If I think of the Gambia at 55 years of nationhood, still our people are living below $1 per day survival. How can the Gambia be salvaged from the gang of dealers? For the Gambia, our homeland, is in the Gambia where opposition challenging opposition instead of being the watchdog to the government. Thank you so much, my brother. I'm so glad and happy that Hassan Jallow, if you are watching and listening carefully, it will Hassan Jallo, I'm so glad that you know that when the world is moving forward, Gambia is moving backward. We are not only moving backward, but we are moving backward as a sick nation. We are moving backwards as an unhealthy nation. We are moving backwards as the most underdeveloped country in the entire world. I'm glad that you know that. Ako, Naye Mira, Gambia at 55 years of nationhood, Gambians are living below $1 per day. $1 per day, which is like $50. Ako, Gambians are living below $50 a day. I'm glad that you know that. So, my brother Hassan Jallo, first of all, calling Hassan Jallo a distraction and a noise maker, we are not labeling and we are not calling him a name. And there's nothing disrespectful here in my own opinion. Maybe in your opinion it might be disrespectful. And if you think that we are disrespecting him here, then I'm sorry. Because we will never disrespect any other leader because Momo and the leader disrespect the dialogue. But calling him a distraction and a noise maker, I don't think we are disrespecting him. Because exactly about Kekab. Hassan Jallo, for your information, at this point of time, should a political leader be calling for a debate about on important issues? A political leader, for that matter, who has been in politics from 1986 up to date, Gambia be nyun condition o nyun kono, nyun COVID-19 be caring, mola kono be kasaring, na kono be yamanta fonyo kono. Should the political leader be calling a debate? This is why we call him a distraction. Fulanyang Hassan Jallo, if you are listening and watching carefully, iko ifang la fela kumo kono jande. Iko whether opposition parties should be attacking each other. Jamalaka Jima attack when it comes to opposition party. It is Doi who is colliding with Barrow in the National Assembly, voting for any bill that favors President Barrow. It is Doi and the other members of Doi. Many alonko, they are empowering President Barrow. Look at Gambian Mantora, Kanakorul Sunyang, Hassan Jallo, for your information. Hassan Jallo, it is Doi and the leadership of Doi. Any bills that UDP people are against it, if the camera UDP Kelolam, they will go against UDP and go in favor of President Barrow. It is the leadership of Doi that is advising President Barrow to use executive powers and extend the state of emergency, even though the National Assembly have told President Barrow he have no other right or power to extend the state of emergency. But Halifa Saleh is the one who advised President Barrow to do so. It is Doi and the leadership of Doi. Many alonko right now, Niko in him, equal debate. Do we have time for debate? Do we have time for debate? Halifa Saleh blaming UDP, calling them names. Now our deputy leader telling him that you are the problem because you are the one and your party that imposed the 3 years on the coalition. Now he's calling for a debate. Yefi childish yo inon. Yefi mbojo yo inon. This is why we say that our leadership will not debate with Halifa Saleh. We, the militants of the party, will debate with Halifa Saleh and any leadership of Doi. And Asun Banye. If you have Halifa Saleh once, let them arrange it. We can have him via the Zoom on UDP TV&MEDIA. We will debate him. Wallahi billahi ta'ala, I will debate Halifa Saleh, not the UDP TV&MEDIA. So this is why we call him a distraction. If this is a disrespect or Abekala disrespect, let it be. Niyamura Nendro Hassan Jallo, let it be. But Halifa Saleh is a distraction and he's a noise maker. We don't have time for debates right now. We don't have time for attacking and pointing fingers at each other. Barrow is our enemy. Barrow should be our common enemy. Barrow is our problem. Barrow have to go and Barrow must go. Barrow have 12 advisors, including Halifa Saleh, Eke Barrow is still not delivering. Now she tell I see no. Now mo say kafoko sleeping syndrome la bala. Which might be true. Nobody can deny that fact. Somebody, Hassan Jallo, for your information, Halifa Saleh is a distraction. Niyamura mba label kane, be it. Niyamura mba disrespect kane, let it be it. That's how you want to see it. That's how you want to hear it. Halima duna fakumo mwele nyama, ba mwele nyama. Bontele mea from mafoka. Na from menga mwele. Halifa Saleh is all about debates Halifa Saleh is all about press conferences. Halifa Saleh is all about quoting from the constitution. But Halifa Saleh will not go to the National Assembly and fight for the people. Halifa Saleh will not talk about issues that will hold our government accountable. Halifa Saleh will not talk about the lack of electricity in the country. Halifa Saleh is not talking about the fishing industry being destroyed and controlled by the Chinese foreigners. Halifa Saleh doesn't talk about the $700 million that has been spent on rices and among donor bankolka. Halifa Saleh will never go there in the forefront and talk about the funds that have been allocated for the COVID-19 and alonka better fonyo kona kensenke. Halifa Saleh is never working with any political party pulika banko doku. COVID-19 ketajane, all the political parties and the leadership of all political parties came out and joined Gambians. Your Facebooks will distribute, your Joel distribute, your hand sanitizers will distribute. They've been visiting communities, sensitizing Gambians about COVID-19. Halifa Saleh is nowhere to be seen. You can only see him when he want to have a press conference. So he's a distraction. In this point of time, in this crucial time, in this difficult moment, we don't have time for debates. We don't have time for press conferences. We don't have time for finger pointing. All we need is collective efforts. One Gambia, kacha about the way forward. But political debates, attacking your political opponents, no lawyer that will fend for doy fangoma wala only political parties you call I na debate la. Ni ajam seka jam de ko I na debate la. What is debate giving him? What will he gain from that debate? If Halifa Saleh cannot convince the 72-year-old man in the village to vote for him, do you expect him to convince a 26-year-old youngster? If Halifa Saleh cannot convince a 99-year-old man in that old village in Chiam, do you expect him to convince a 25-year-old who is living in the greater Banjul area? Thank you, Papa Sam. Where is the $736 million? $736 million. Men santa mano kunto ale. Ini ala tema papa. Nte tomorrow gambeno dolbe fonka folo no nyimu lunta ngoto nyima gambeno. There's no way pulka foko nyimu luta gambele. Gambia di ya yelo be yelo kono no. Because harima dungo jawe ala tem. Harima dungo bala fata jawe ala tem. All in the name of politics. Atsan Jalo, are you trying to tell me that you are not bothered with the billions of dollars that has been going on in thin air? Are you not worried? You are not worried about those ones? You are not bothered about the $500 million from the World Bank, the European Union, the government reserve, the $12 million from the Africell, the $500,000 donated by Omar Koli? Are you not worried about that? Can you call Halifa Saleh? Ya nyininka, natara dipide bungo na idea mo kuola. Are you not worried about the $5.8 billion that has been spent within 4-month period? Natali abla politiko mumbadi ya fasaleti. Atali abla politiko mfanku yaleti. Nalbe nyobuto maloni le fadani mbe fitala 2021 election oko. Inshallah, no stone will be left unturned. If Lawyer Dabo is involved in anything, Allah accuse, Allah attack, Allah held accountable. Ako, my brother, I would like to have a discussion with you if possible. Why do we talk on problems and we don't want to look at the cause of the problems? My brother, you are mistaken if you say that DOI and Doi and Halifa Saleh have not done anything in this COVID-19. My brother Hassan Jalo Nadiate, you can add me on Facebook. My next show will be on Sunday. Sunday, inshallah. If you cannot come through Zoom, I can send you a number. Whatever your number to Yasafe. In fact, let's not wait for Sunday. Hassan Jalo, if you are watching, can you dial 1425-773-0949? Hassan Jalo. Can you dial 1425-773-0949? Let's not wait for Sunday. We can do it right now. Call this number and we can talk about it right now. Hassan Jalo. Call 1425-773-0949. I'll give you the time to say whatever you want to say. And then you can wait for my response. But at the end of the day, if you said that why are we not talking about the problems? And we don't want to look at the cause of those problems. The leadership of DOI enjoys accusing and calling people names, but they are never ready to take responsibility. This is what DOI is all about. DOI never wants to take the responsibility. DOI never wants to take the responsibility. But it's easy for them to accuse others. So, I'm waiting for this man to call, Asan Jalo. Then in Bita, now call the water, but then what tema model me call Keka, Madonna Walter. So, Asan Jalo, please, Dimaso Jam Fatale, if you can call right now, 1425-733-0949, the audience will be listening to you. You will say your side of the story. We will have a mature political debate here in Sonda. Yes, in time of Banta, I could come back again. We can have another 4 hours so. Asan Jalo, we are ever ready. This is the UDP. Jarai. Jarai is my Jarai. You are live, Jarai.
Assalamu alaikum. Sana Ismail Sana.
Even Yadi Jarai.
Sana Jarju be konton na nila audience all UDP TV and media audience all bafali ko ala baraka memo be tentu lambe jayla sana.
Baraka bag.
Sana program be diaring. Forget about Halifa Sallah fenko ala chapu dindingol because ni ayo tola madron. Ibuka boku. Ibuka they don't control their mind and their souls. Don't mind them.
Yeah.
Sana baraka bake mbe tentu lambe jayla ni initiative for minta wati be ni nata drong ni diam to drong di poma si sol leke la moy di poma si sol leke moy mbe tentu lambe jayla bake. Sana I don't know if my memory can serve me right. You remember about a gentleman who called in our show, I don't know when, buddy. Na memory nata kang talking about this number plates. You remember?
Yeah. Yala akonyi munumunta dunale.
For example, ya samba tenda masona dila yaji someone member Senegal wala in contract win. I think something like that if my memory can serve me right.
Yeah, I remember nyinkonyi for dunale.
Yeah, it's not even Gambia me in contract win. So they are doing everything for Senegal to control our Gambia. Everything in Gambia puka control. So ako nga hakilo to drong iba implement lare because there was a hoo-ha ikomuna na madi Gambia nola. I can fully remember this number plate for.
I remember.
But my problem is why now in the pandemic?
Because I have no idea that this was going on. I just wake up, so start and I receive audio from a lady in the Gambia. For member KDJB. And I see so many people confirming the story that I became Nebi.
But Sana, why now? Me alonko Sana at the end of the day, ni mi emira Gambia betaka nyami. Gambia is in the verge of collapse. Alimbala new word lade. But this is the fact. Because ndeka still sometimes nkan nervous. Akamulu nye night reality because ibota banko min ka ye banko min love. Tadula tela na manki Gambia. You see Gambia sinking, controlled by less than 50 people. Kamola Gambia tadiate nyao nyanding. Kom kola doya ako niye domoroke kono fata. Yele drink me yenasi. Passing this 21 days, 7 days before, to 7 days upon 7 days, sign 21 days upon 21 days. Sana the masses are not eating. Musol meli along ko be domoro traila. Ke jama be Gambia kono e mandimbaya batalong musol lebe gorla marsewto musol lebe gol dugalante la japal pay. Yena ila dimbaya la family tay ye feed. Ite na si ni min kema mu taxi driver ti bitala be taxi borindi la ekodo ne min soto ya werse ne min dila no ya gila ya tambe la family ya sana mo be in this pandemic Gambia business all be sorong kang people don't have even one meal to put on the plate for ila dimbaya musodo e audio kinya sana audio balafa warata la ko domoro fo mo domoro biya ma for 2 days amaso to be min dila dingala na dingoli tube asikumbo ayta yela abalo abuka sonna abalo be jara la ni toro yakina amaso to be min dila dingola a dingol be kumbo la dula be ta confused she want to kill herself ndik bata min be Gambia kono Sana is very sad. Ni mi dingo so tay mudimba ya wululati. Ni mira wala dro ite fenke no la.
Jara sa in social media ani ning platform all both in the Gambia and abroad wala kada lepta no design. Ite anol ite alon ite alna man jare ka kodo fo ya no man ka twitter code. But we know how much calls and later on men ka fita mo aning men be dinaro ning platform all kata alman nam fanna fano fan so because ni platform se kada lepta no ledi 24 hours because Gambian will say right now this is the only choice that they have.
Sana me mol da mba fala mol ye ko milia lonko they are doing this GoFundMe I just think at mbaten to lamba jaila be duku kendo minna. I am not surprised ye mean for about say toure man surprised because intending war mantara in a good fenkoto because we always have a fight because of PDOIS. Bakari Bala post always we had a massive fight there Mia Lonko. She was absolutely rude and untedung ni anati nyawo nyama wrong. I give it back to you. So sana ninga tara itebe GoFundMe dala iko ibe balap iko to be honest ibala fata Gambia dingol be Gambia dingol makoyla ani te ko ye nyaalo rohilo le moti mi yalon ko ya ado wole be kartali la presentation ol kele o mu UDP fiti na tara this man min hapuntala min keta Abdou Dabo la bi barona la croni sola na la security le Abdou Dabo ta ya lapi fo la ta fa for no reason.
Yeah.
Anu Abdou Dabo le sita moli adani ani baro lota pura ya bula baroye. No hakilo doya to baro hakilo doya to dam to bi baro be sirin dam bi ati sira je because we mi no UDP o ben nyami UDP ko aba am baro taraje because mo man baro long te o man baro long.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand.
Exactly.
So for that being the case, ni ko ibe GoFundMe kala selective of justice or selective of ni mantara PDOIS UDP left. And UDP ita la party o jawo le UDP o ita kema jawo le UDP because of Halifa Sallah or because of ala party. Sana into Gambian kadiya mbasamba la mintole.
Exactly.
Na Gambian kadiya mbasamba ka mintole. Okay, ninga atara imantara baro movement ning law nata wonyanta UDP ko le mala manyana MPP ko mala mine kele for 22 good years and baro be million ko atrocity cause abe wolle murundi kanam back APRC ko so yamira Gambia bitano la nyato nyami Gambia is going back to the dictatorship and Gambia be la kom ya ko nyami ko don na soto Gambia be life penkole to how life supporting masculine bala because the last thing me along ko member happen la jang ye nyin ko dol min beedi nyin la for COVID-19 ya be tale ya do mo barobe million ko they are surviving in Gambia wora ala friends soldi ala classmate ko tollem ila business hotel business man ila business partner sol ibe commissioner to anywhere ika wolle tay ke dundi business o kono commissioner ta ya samba ika mol samba dami manti hotel auto ibe ya so to le mol yalo ne Hamad Bani wo Nigeria no baro we know their deals we know what they are dealing in that hotel kafu moleta 2300 do for hotel auto for quarantine for what reason wol bita modol bita la holiday bita hotel o min to la korda fam hani hotel o hani ila bathroom o kono wala fisiata hotel o why would you go and quarantine yourself there jang Europe ni tata holiday ni tata anywhere nata you quarantine at your own house so why would you go kata quarantine la hotel o ka hotel o just to make somebody rich out of no reason
wallahi
sana Gambia be balafa warata bake Gambia be batari nyaming ala wo mari Gambia la wo bata ala ma be don kala baro ko ala wo mari Gambia esi baro jele
amin ajaba
ala ma Gambia esi yelo baro la malo kan baro e Gambia e malo min ke ya malindo min ke ya jamela min tambita wala ala ma baro na la dimbaya lo
amin
anu yem Gambia ding lo kodi wo kodi do ma ala ma marane kan ko ala wo mari akana dissolve ikono ko
amin abaraka bak
because I think that wole at the up to the extent a jareta molye nga duani le nge danka ala Gambia e barona la government wa ye danka momo ni poor people la ko do ma danka ala o mara e marang ikono kono you to see no like kana wuli
definitely Baraka.
You know, like allow Mari, the poor people on the Kodi do my
yes, Jara, so now say now be hakidul namana this Asan Jallow is calling. Not Adrona, Danina time over I know
forget about this Asan Jallow.
No, you don't Jara. It's 1 minute. It's 1 minute because time of mention. But yala model be kala fi fan disgrace la. So 1 minute la drone Jara. Now no comment time out amansia. I have yeah, baraka bagi, thank you. Somebody is calling with 358 number. Namara ni halif Asan Jallow. Okay, Asan Jallow, I'm calling you back. Now tell him 35846. I hope is because I know for so I have to. Wa alaikum salam. Asan number.
No, Asan de Ahmad Long.
Oh, okay. This Asan is calling. Mala can call number Jumala because I've seen 358 number and then there's another number that says 34. I don't think that's him. But anyway.
No. Exactly.
Mbijandro Amadu eventually banana number do try ba second atlabe kala Asan. Maybe I be fair mantra call kega. Mala so 1 second the number do try. Na man Asan do memuna kan. I want to have this guy on the line. Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Number will be called can 34 number level. 34, I think 34 is Spain.
Hello?
Yes, Mbadi.
Sana.
Yes, is it Asan?
Bakarinja.
Okay, I think Asan is just lying because I haven't the call can. So I didn't see any number here from him that could say Asan. Okay, go ahead. Bakari, it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or maybe Nila for Asanta after them to chat.
No, man number jam ko ma matati. No number ben beje jam. No number ben beje almost 5 million number. I already know all these numbers. 39 numbers and then the 358 man carteti and then I've seen a 44 number UK man carteti. So no number masul ben man carteti. I know see he's just lying. He I don't know why he should even come to the platform. We should have a mature and a very productive discussion. No. So I don't know. But anyway, never will continue. Yeah, because I got a call, but I don't see any number call from him here.
No, as fake profile all than the Amira world, you know. I live a Salaman Park here.
Yeah.
I remember that time UDP boycott in Serekunda. That time Halifa Salah the chancellor no win wala in the fourth Serekunda is. Until Tada Katre Father because of the Katre by UDP in the since 1996. But until the Katre Father, Aman Fenne, I remember promise honey focus. I will some more now.
Yeah, Bakari, Mr. 1 second. Bakari, Mr. 1 second. Mbe Diberlal, Be Danila, people like Asan Jallow, Alassane Jallow, whoever you might be. This is a UDP platform, but it's a democratic platform. Call the number. You don't even have to write on the platform on the page. Call the number, you'll be received. Let's have a debate. UDP is all about this. But debate kala bunya ni hormol kam. Bukan mentorore do wala nendi road. An impersonal attack. So Asan Jallow and others for next time. Anyone who disagrees with us, call the number on the screen. Because niba call kala fantal no ko call ke. Call ke. And let's debate. Ndal danka insurance jo wala le. Na alone na topic sama na janna evidence na proof be mbulle. Ngana homework kele before me na nyim platform olga. So, Asan Jallow or whatever you might call yourself, if anyone disagrees with us, do not be there writing on the page. Do not be there back and forwarding with the audience. Call the number and tell us your part of the story. That's what the platform is all about. That's what our program is all about. Do not think that it's only a UDP and so call in favor of our program. Annie, call if you disagree with us. Call if you think that whatever we say is a lie. Call if you think whatever we are saying is a fake story. Call and debate with us. So, Asan Jallow, for your information, time moment, next program, you can come and call this the same number, and whoever disagrees with whatever we are saying. Do not think that Albanian can agree with us. We are not saying that whatever we said, you should say yes to it. So, please, alna aliye kolke aliye debate and debunk whatever we are saying if you think that it's not true. So Mr. Bakari, we continue. We have 5 minutes to go.
Okay, Sana.
Abaraka, so I'm so sorry for Kuntumena. I'm so sorry.
No problem. You understand, you know.
Yeah.
Bena sister, you know, Marek Jara Sana nya kondom back, you know.
Abaraka.
Fasala nyo la kumu balafalti.
Yeah, ale along.
Because itol manta. E man la fila modo faneta. Itol be wala nyawa. Because itol la pati o sanjit tan sama ni fensa en kumul ka wala kont.
Ha.
UDP kunu nenata la manifesto ni awafi dawda ka sanne andu ye majority soto.
Ha.
Yo mol soto. Yin dimina ni nakatare kono. E katara hasidi ata manika ni fengo femo about the UDP wala usenu. Ya wuli against andali lo mantare bulu. Wala be society kon. E mo dantan nel beje me an ko se name ate banna. MPP financina je doron comme me an ko e ka ko melbe secret meeting na di fenkela dembo bay fosia.
Ha.
Kuriya be dawda abuki bukala fa momo yala nako e kala fi moli e fengo be lombar kudo be son mo be bukala fi mo yalo andol ka fintele because aboka ka ku kendo.
Exactly.
So barola ko be wanya momo ya support in the interest me alon ko fengo kun no le.
Ha. Wala kerinje.
Fala e balde me ya fin ni America be demonstration la o fala e balde kilo kana ka boko ha UDP ko le mol bonnan jina be sayo mol bonnan jana anyo wuli ak mo fonte que I say sorry for what.
No, that's the right thing for him. Kamol
muda ke it manipulate kamol la mind change ko UDP e mol le bonnan jina be sayo because of muneka da me campagne ay card ko men lik fara fe ñetem ñin dori lo ñin ne i kamfa so sa wala na sa fananka ko ñin ni aju ro malik lo flop
sa accusation counter accusation ni wala na sa mbaw yetel mutale red handed so they been caught red handed so ko mbadan fane counter accusation olke
good so wala tan ni papa ndire la programme la mo wala ka fo pa de fayol ka di kar men do wala be propaganda la tem because mo da men sa faram be wele ni ka UDP ko non di dame
exactly ba ya UDP ko le be la mol ma ko kan duma be ID card ni ne kela o ko ni wacha waya siada e malabe men kela but Mr. Bakari mbe kacha kuntula jana time ni bantale feren dani video ni be kuntula inshallah ni mutana ko tanke you have more time ne promise wala
baraka
yeah mbadi wala hakka to callal manjama bata no I know I have a lot of missed calls because typical siada be kachal siada nka audio soto lan kala fi player ja in fact I still have audios in left men player ja men kada I dan durna la mol damma tema de be player next program so nimboka katan audio jamal katara la limbo jamboka men play no so nal tentu nal jay ala baraka bake Asan Jallo, we thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us here. We're looking forward to see you in the next program. Sister Aida Toure, thank you. We love you. Men kam ta ko binkima Jalika Dabo Everett Washington animbare musikendo Mariama Dabo Everett Washington na nyancho muso jikisane membe Sweden Mariama Susoho ani men kam ta ko broda Bakari Njay memora ko laten Sunjata Keta Mansaring ba fa yeni mbara bake broda Keba Singate ani broda Papa Sam aka Lamin Samate membe Columbus Ohio ani men kam ta ko broda Usman Sise Mariama Minte indi Gambia Lamin Sane Wandi Fa Kinte ani men kam to ko mbari ngo Binta Sinse ani mbari ngo Apsao momo bem fejang mbal tentula mbal jara time banta badala baraka bage. Thank you so much everyone. I love you guys more than you do. I'm at your service. Your wish is always going to be my command for that in 2021. Inshallah. Good night from my end. Allah baraka bage. Thank you.